figures hot, champagne dripping off the clock. They buy the dream, I sell the fall. Velvet hands just pulling it all. Big fish, small pond. Sharks don't swim where guppies bond. They're praying for the sky to hold. I cash out while the fools go cold. They ride the wave, I own the tide. They chase the ghost, I watch them slide. They swear their legends live in large, but I'm the hand that writes the charge. They're hedging bets, I'm miles ahead. They scream collapse, I'm pouring gin, cause every crash is where I win. Echo chambers, empty noise. They talk in lines, I speak in poise. They watch the news, I move the scene. Their hopes are built on borrowed dreams. They hold the bag, I hold the key. They burn their cash, I get it free. They pray for rallies, beg for signs. I show up their fate, I call the time.
Let's give it up for old Velvet Kohrs, bringing in today's episode of the Matt Kohrs Show. Folks, I'm excited. I am excited because what we have before us today is opportunity. That's the only other way to describe this particular Payday Friday is opportunity galore. And I, your host of the most, Mr. Velvet Kohrs, showing you what high fashion truly is day in and day out. I'm going to be leading you through today's jungle, today's maze. Folks, I'm so happy for you joining me early today because not only do we have some exciting market news, we have some exciting political news, and we have some exciting Goonie community news. First day on the air here as Velvet Kohrs, and we have 18 different special announcements. I actually lost count. So I'm going to need help from you folks. I'm going to probably be able to remember some of the special announcements, but I need you guys to hold each other accountable, to hold me accountable. If I am talking, yippity yapping, going off on a rant, saying this, that, or the other thing, I need someone specifically to stop me in my tracks at 9 a.m. because there's going to be too much going on today. So there's a high likelihood that I get completely confused, lose track of time. And before we know it, I'm not going to know what's going on. I'm not going to know what's going on at all. So please hold each other accountable to hold me accountable at 9 a.m. We got to call a timeout because we got to talk about something. So that is one thing we cannot miss today. So at 9 a.m., big announcement. At 10:30, another big announcement. So this is the way today goes. Unemployment report comes out at 8:30, so I have about 4 minutes, and the market's going to probably go crazy from that. We are not at all-time highs, but we are pretty darn close. And yes, there's a really, very real chance we could get back up to the all-time high territory today. Very exciting stuff. So 8:30, we have an announcement. Someone stopped me in my tracks at 9 a.m. And then we have to also stop me in my tracks at 10:30 a.m. And then throughout then, there's about 2 more things that I just hope to remember to tell you guys. So today is not just an exciting day in the market. Today is not just an exciting Payday Friday. But like I said, we have announcements galore. I'm going to hit you with one announcement. You guys are going to get all excited and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he just announced that. And then by the time you finally internalize that metaphysically, I'll have a whole nother announcement. And at that point, your brains are going to be exploding. Well, what do we do? This is too much for my little human brain to comprehend in one day. And by the time you stop, like just, I guess, feverishly shaking in your closet to really internalize all this, I'm going to have a whole nother announcement. So it's going to be a day. I would highly recommend you secure your socks now because I do not want to be knocking them off. So we have a full show. We have everything planned. Get on your sunglasses. Get on your favorite colorized color sweater of a cat. Colorized. Matt's pregnant. No, that's actually not going to be one of the announcements. We're saving that one for Monday of next week. But yeah, put that one on the schedule as well. Throw on your favorite glasses. Throw on your favorite colorized cat sweater. And let's get rocking, dude. Let's get rocking. We have so much stuff to get into today. Don't forget to get also your cat themed mug that looks exactly like Piper. And with that being said, let me get this all switched up. I want to make sure we're looking at the right thing here. SPY pretty high, Q's pretty high, Nvidia pretty high, Amazon pretty high, but in all reality, it does not matter. Stock futures are little changed as investors brace for big payroll report. It is this quote unquote big payroll report why we're starting early today. Almost every bet traders made on Trump in 2025 has gone awry. Is it just telling us that we suck at our job? I'm not going to lie. When I saw this early this morning, I felt like I personally attacked. Like it's just telling us we don't know how to trade. This was officially from Bloomberg. Almost every bet traders made in Trump in 2025 has gone awry. Like this, it feels like they're just coming after us at this point. Like just like get it. We get it, man. We don't know how to trade. We don't know what we're doing. We don't have to have a big headline about it. Like, geez, let us just figure out our own misery. You don't have to publicize it. So that was something to wake up to, but maybe we could turn it around today. The big January jobs report comes out today, Friday at 8:30. So we have about a minute and a half. We have 90 seconds. And here is the line in the sand. So the unemployment report is expected to be 4.1% unemployment rate. And then the non-farm payroll, 169,000. Those are the numbers we are looking for. Now, what's kind of interesting about this, generally they're pretty good, and then the market really reacts to the revisions because it just so happens that we find out that they're pretty much always lying about the numbers, and as more and more data comes out, they like to revise the ones in the past and tell us, oopsie daisies, we're always just continually wrong. So yes, these are the lines in the sand, 4.1% unemployment rate, and then 169,000 jobs once again, but don't forget, it's the revisions that historically have caused a lot of issues. Now, if you watched the update video from last night, once again, shout out to all those of you who do engage in those videos. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. You know all the stats, facts, and figures for today, so hopefully that does help you out. And let's see if they're going to be getting our boy Rick Santilli up on here. It's always a good day when we get to start with Rick. All right, let's get going. Where's Rick? Rick, where are you, buddy? Where are you, buddy? All right, let's get this. We are here. I'll go to the 15-second. We are counting down. What are your best guesses? Because this is about to get rocking. And up. Boom. Green candle. What a way to start off the day. We are already popped by reversal. Dude, this is getting nuts.
About on the markets, but they have moved a little bit
Initial reaction, nice. Now giving it back. Uh-oh. The bots don't know what to do. The bots don't know what to do.
You could do TV. Time for that number, Rick Santelli. You got it?
Yes, the big jobs report. January data, 143,000. 143,000 is our gain in non-farm payrolls.
Lower
and
than expected.
A nice juicy revision to last month from 256 to 307,000. That would make last month one of the best months going back to March of
the revision was actually really good.
No big revisions to the data I'm still holding in my hand. Now, if we look at the two-month net revision was minus 8,000. Average hourly earnings on a month-over-month basis, well, we were expecting up 0.3, and boy, I told you to look at this one, up 0.5, up 0.5%. Equals January of 24. You're going way, way, way back.
And it's coming back.
Of 22 to find a bigger number in the form of up 0.6.
To 607.
Didn't stay at
down to 604.50. Back up to 606.
We moved up to 4.1, which would equal where we were in March. To find a bigger number, go to February of last year. Now, if you look at the work week, 34.1. This is very exciting because that smaller work week, of course, has other ramifications for
doesn't know which way to go.
Other numbers. We've been at 34.3 forever. You have to go in the Wayback Machine to find 34.1. I don't even have it going back 2 or 3 years. So that's a big move. Finally, let's look at U3. The unemployment
Here's our boy
rate,
Rick. Let's get some Ricks in chat, folks.
4%.
It's always a good day with our boy Rick.
It didn't move up 4%. Now, 4% equals where we were in May. To find a lower one, you're looking at 3.9 in April of 24. If we look at labor force participation, one of our panelists wanted to zero in on that, and that was smart. It increased.
Why is it black?
62.6.
They're really blocking the stream.
Number, you're looking at September
it's just the
of
audio.
last year at 62.7. And finally, drum roll, please, we're looking at U6, the underemployment rate. The underemployment rate moves to 7.5. Actually, that's where it was last month. That's the lowest level going back to
143. Unemployment rate fell to 4%.
7.5.
So jobs were light, but unemployment
really
also came in less than expected.
Briefly down at 438-ish. They're now back up to 447. We were at 443. A 2-year was at 223 and moved to 225. How do you know the data's good? What did I tell you about the yield curve yesterday, Joe? It steepened a couple of 3 basis points. That's a quick down and dirty, easy way, in my opinion, to assess good news versus bad news, at least for the moment. Back to the panel.
Bitcoin a little down.
We will get to the panel, but Steve, start us
dollar
off
with
anything
dollar
you didn't
strengthening.
hear from Rick? Caught your attention?
It was very comprehensive, as usual, from Rick. I will tell you that the downward revisions to the payroll survey came in at substantially less than expected. 589,000. The preliminary number was 818,000. And I'm going to switch glasses because I couldn't. I can't do the progressive thing. This is getting weird. Anyway, the household survey, a little less than expected. 2.9 million additional.
Can't see anything
on the
in the proper color.
side. 2 million additional on the employment side. Joe, this, in my opinion, does kind of raise the issue of what role immigration has played in the U.S.
Dude, what is going on?
Economy. There are some economists that believe it helped us paper over some real shocks to the economy, like the huge surge in interest rates from the Federal Reserve, and why there wasn't the recession that many people called for. Other people point to the tax on social services created by the immigration. So
right now for
SPX. To this thing
SPX.
that need to be weighed in terms of employment. This immigration did happen with low unemployment rates for so-called native-born and white unemployment and black unemployment both declined over this process. So it didn't appear as if they were taking jobs. It's something, and I think
slightly down right now, but potentially fighting back.
We need to reform the legal immigration system in this country, and that would have a broad effect. In terms of overall, I think it's a good number.
Howard bonds.
I have to look at the retail trade.
Bonds took a hit. 20-year bonds, TLT took a hit.
January, there was a surge in hiring in December when
Gold
it came
took
to
a
the
hit.
retail side. I don't know how
Oil's
many
not looking.
ended up losing their
it did
jobs
pop,
on the
but looking a
backside.
little weak now.
I focused on the revisions. I'll delve into the details of this.
Sarah, what do people that want the stock market to go up? What did we want? Do we want rate cuts? and an economy that's not too hot? Do we want an average economy with tame
Market
inflation?
doesn't know what to make of this.
That allows for some rate cuts? What do we want? What do you want?
First,
this is getting boring. You don't have to worry about that. I could summarize it better. Folks, look at me. This is the face of a person you can trust. So here's what happened. Unemployment was expected to be 4.1%, came in lower than expected at 4%. So at first, that sounds good for the economy, less unemployment than you want. Okay, good. That's good. People are working. But looking at the jobs added, they actually added less jobs than expected. Not so good. But then if you look at the revision from last month's unemployment, it actually added way more jobs than they reported. So right now, that's why the market's having a tough time making a decision here, because we legitimately did get mixed data. Unemployment lower than expected, but less jobs added than expected. But last month's jobs that we expected, we actually added way more. So that's the confusion. That's why at first the market, it's the bots that as soon as the report came out, the initial pop was probably just reading the 4% versus 4.1. Then the next drop was probably because we added less jobs than expected. And then the recovery was probably as people started to decipher the data, they realized we actually, they underreported how many jobs we added last month. So that's most likely the best explanation at this moment in time for this little whipsaw. We are slightly down, not by much. I think this 15-second chart makes it seem less dramatic because we're moving 50 cents as it's nothing. But then if you look at the 15-minute chart, you can just see that thus far the range created. I think it's a little bit more, I don't know, for lack of a better term, almost like scary to see. But right now, obviously, I wish we just had that ripper of a day. The market is setting up for something super strange, and I want to be getting into the details of this. But I guess before we get into all the market prep, I want to go over some of the funny news. Now, before we go on, just so you guys could see the numbers in front of your face here, average hourly earnings increased. That's a good thing. Non-farm payroll coming in less than expected. Okay, that's not so good, but this revision was way better than expected. Unemployment report lower than expected. So pretty good, pretty good, and also decently good. But I think it's this number right here highlighted, the 143 versus 169, that right now is making the market indecisive. But if I had to guess, I think this is going to get, I guess, consumed well by the market. And right now I am still leaning pretty bullish. I really am leaning bullish on this. So I do think we're setting up for a nice day. Obviously, I'm going to wait for the options market to confirm my bias. But my personal interpretation right now is that there's more bullish in this report than there is bearish. So I do think the bulls went out. And then we're going to have to talk about the levels and whatnot. But still, the caveat I'm going to add here is I want to make sure that the market agrees with my assessment. So that's why I need to see the options flow at market open. So we will be getting into all of that, but before we do, we have to cover some of the craziest news that's been going on. If you guys missed it, the major talking point for anyone who's worth their weight in this industry, worth anything, we're all talking about, you guessed it right, big balls.
Yes, so this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. So that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside DOGE. And we looked into his background. And so we found, several notable things, Aaron, one of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.Sexy LLC, which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains. Yeah.
Now I understand. I'm fully aware at this part in the show, you guys are just waking up. You're only on your third shot of espresso. You've barely found your colorized cat sweater, and you're probably thinking to yourself, big balls? Man, didn't know it was the weekend already. What's going on? And that's a very fair question. It's a very, very fair question. So let me explain this whole situation of the downright genius character named Big Balls, who also seems to be operating a business called Tesla.Sexy LLC. And how does this all tie together? Where are we? What's going on? Well, it turns out there's a 25-year-old who I guess in a certain level of the world of tech and programming, is expert level. And he is a part of Musk's team for Doge. And he is one of the young gentlemen who is kind of going through and doing basic SQL queries and saying, wow, U.S. taxpayers are pissing away a lot of money. Now, maybe you agree with it. I happen to be on the side. Maybe we shouldn't be burning millions, if not billions, if not trillions of dollars a year in taxpayer money. But hey, that's just one man's opinion. There are other people who have gone to the extent of now doxing these young gentlemen just because of the political side of the aisle that they're on. So anyway, whether you do or don't agree, I think we can all agree it's absolutely hilarious that CNN is now being forced to talk about big balls and Tesla.sexy LLC. So where did this go? Well, they're yelling at him because he said racist things. Now, I do want you guys to know, racist or not, there are some issues here. DOGE staffer resigns over racist posts. Now, as soon as you read that, I admit, in this current environment, we say a lot of things that are racist or not, and most people understand that it's not racist. So I think we have to go into this in an objective measure and try to figure out if it's truly racist or not. And then thankfully, the Wall Street Journal did start to research some of these DOGE members who, once again, this guy did lose his job. One of his tweets was, just for the record, I was racist before it was cool. And I guess I should have clarified. This is Marco Elise. So he's one of the lieutenants, I guess, working at DOGE. But once again, resign. Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool. All right. Once again, I'm not passing judgment here. This is all for you to decide if you think it's racist or not. You could not pay me to marry outside my ethnicity. Normalize Indian hate. All right. That one hits a little bit harder. That one, I think this one, that's just, I don't know, someone trying to make a joke on the internet. Didn't go that well. This next one, he's definitely pushing it on those ones. And to the surprise of you, there's actually more. Dude, this guy is something else. 99% of Indian H-1Bs will be replaced by slightly smarter LLMs. They're going back. Don't worry, guys. Holy shit, dude. I would not mind at all if Gaza and Israel were both wiped off the face of the earth. Holy shit, dude. This guy was popping off. So I think, once again, it's up to you. It's a personal decision of if you believe that was racist or not. It did go from 0 to 100. What's an LLM? A large language model. Think OpenAI, Claude, Sonnet, all that. So it's the AI systems. So once again, I'm not here to pass judgment. I just want to explain this big ball story, Marco's story, who was working for DOGE, no longer working for DOGE. It's up to you if you think it's racist or not. But in this space of potential racist tweets, we got a whole new flurry of things. Once again, it's up to you to decide if this is racist or not. So this is the artist formerly known as Kanye West, now officially known as Ye, returning to Twitter/X. And these were all posted very, very recently. I don't even know if I could read all of these, if I'm being completely honest, because I feel like it's going to be taken out of context if I say the words on the screen right now. I could probably say the second one, all white people are racist. I could say that. I don't think I could say the first one. Well, no, I probably can't. I definitely can't say the third one. And I 100% cannot say the fourth one. So I had to think about this. We had a big team meeting. We talked to the lawyers. We talked to the insurance people. And this particular one, they're like, yo, if you want to throw it up there for other people to consume it themselves, but you don't want a clip to go out there of you saying these sentences and can be used at any point. So just on the advice of my counsel, I'm not going to say these words out loud, but Ye was popping off. So, like, I think he saw the story of Big Balls and then saw the story of Marco, and he's like, I'm not gonna I'm not going to let anyone outdo me. So we have Kanye popping off, which I thought was crazy. But if you're wondering what's causing the world to just go absolutely crazy right now, it actually has to do with DOGE, and they're looking to USAID or USAID or however you say it. And people are starting to realize, wow, our government is uniquely good at pissing away money to the point that it seems like a giant money laundering scheme. It really, really does. So if you just want some of the highlights, this is from the White House press secretary.
Continue to be on our hearts, and the president and this administration are committed to ensuring that these individuals get the funding that they need. And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting, federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything. And in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them. This president will continue to put Americans first. And I think the successes of this week so far speak to that. And it's only Wednesday. So I'll see you guys later this week.
Obviously, it is my job to not only present the news, but I'm not going to just blindly agree. I'm going to do my research. And I have to admit, there are many things in the clip you just listened to that I don't agree with. I think many of you think it is a waste of money. But I need to add on one caveat. I do think that she missed the point on one of these. If any of you have taken the time to see the clips of the $20 million that we spent on taxpayer dollars to develop a Sesame Street in Iraq, if you see any of those clips, it slaps. So before you pass judgment, before you guys all get on your high horses here, virtue signaling that we shouldn't be spending $20 million on a version of Sesame Street in Iraq, go watch it. Because, dude, that was a steal. Those clips slap. So the other things, okay, I'm probably on your side. But I'm just saying, before you are popping off in chat and be like, why would we waste $20 million on that? Oh, let's keep our buckaroos here in America. I'm just saying, go check it out. Go look at it. Go see what's going on. Because, dude, Sesame Street slaps, and then the Iraq version really slaps. So I'm just saying, I don't want you guys in here judging things off of headlines, passing judgment for no reason. I'm saying, go watch it. Go watch it, and you're going to be like, dude, this is the version that Sesame Street was meant to be. So just wanted to share those thoughts, not necessarily in agreement with bad mouthing Iraq Sesame Street, but the other things I think we could, I do think maybe we could have a little bit more care, maybe have a bit of a bitter custodian for all of our money that we seem to just be absolutely pissing away for no reason. Just a thought. Just a thought. All right, let's bring it back to the overall market. It looks like we popped, we dropped, we popped, and guess what? We are back to where we started. We are on a roller coaster ride that is letting us off right where we got back on. So, like I said, initial reaction was bullish, then it was bearish. This seemed to be a kind of an overreaction, I would say, by the time you really ingest the news. And now we're showing a bit of strength. For those of you who are joining right now, two things. First of all, you're late to the show. We started at 8:20. It was very important for you to be here on time. So a demerit. If you guys are seeing anyone come into the classroom right now trying to sneak in without me seeing them, call them out in chat. If you're seeing people join right now, school started 30 minutes ago. This was well known. This was well publicized. I would like, if you see people trying to sneak in and join chat at this moment and they're like, yeah, no, I've been here the whole time. No, you call them out. It's ruining the class for everyone. I want to say that if you are joining right now, demerit, and you know who you are. Second of all, if you happen to be that person, the reason we started early is because the first Friday of every new month, we get a big macro report. And this macro report is the unemployment report. They were expecting 4.1% unemployment. It came in at 4. That's good. Non-farm payrolls, they were expecting a growth of 169,000. It was 143. Not so good. Average hourly earnings, 0.5% growth instead of 0.3. That's good. So good, bad, good. And then another piece of good news was the revision for last month's non-farm payrolls. They shot it up by quite a bit. So basically good, and then bad. So it wasn't like a clear bullish win across the board, but it did favor the bulls, which is exactly why I'm kind of saying I think this portion over here was a bit of an overreaction. And if anything, as of right now, without having the options flow, without having any of the other macroeconomic reports of the days, Fed talks, the president's tweets, anything like that, based on right now real-time information, I think the bulls do have the upper hand. So I want to throw that out there of how I see things currently playing out. So with respect to the overall market, maybe we take a step back here. This is the situation we're in. We were in a nice bullish trend defined by higher highs and higher lows. Then right around December, we got into a little bit of a pullback with lower highs and lower lows, a little bit of a baby bearish trend. Then from there, we had a really quick reversal. The market just popped. We had higher highs, higher lows. Since then, we cooled off in a little bit of a bearish manner. Once again, lower highs, lower lows. So big bullish, little bearish. Crazy bullish, short-lived, very excitable, and then once again a small bearish trend. Once again, we're making this real simple. Are we getting higher highs and higher lows? Or are we getting lower highs and lower lows? That is the easiest way to define trend. Right now, we're in this pocket of slight bearishness, but that might all be changing today if we could take out 609.96. Looking at that high on the SPY, if we can take that out, we are once again potentially restarting a nice bullish trend. So I want to call that out from the daily chart just because we do have more time today, which I figured, hey, why not take a step back and look at the greater picture of what's going on. This is a bull market. Clearly, this is a bull market overall. And really, when you're talking about your bias, it is important to talk about time frame. But for those of you who are right now investing, great, you're winning. And those of you who are swing trading, I hope you're on the bullish side because that is what's paying. If we take a look at the NASDAQ, similar situation. As I showed you on the SPY, there was a nice downsloping trend line that I'm looking for us to break today. And I would love that test of 609.96. The Qs are even closer. The Qs are going to be breaking their trend line around 531-ish. And then obviously I would love to take out 533.82. And then from there, we might have a shot at the all-time high on the Qs at 539.15. So once again, we have these higher highs, higher lows. Then we had a quick little pullback of lower highs and lower lows. A big explosion that kind of changed it momentarily. From there, a bit of a breather, more consolidation than anything else, I think is the best way to describe it. And after that point, we're just looking for some simple follow through. If we were to check out Bitcoin, same thing. Well, not exactly the same thing. Nice grind to the upside. Same thing in the sense that it was clearly a bullish push, a bit of a breather, an overshoot, consolidation, but we're going to see if we could break out of this current downslope and actually swing back through and test those all-time highs. I think that's all very, very possible. And just to wrap this part of it up, talking about the small cap sector, this is the one that's uniquely different. It was bullish, took a huge hit on the FOMC day. Since then, consolidated, tried to break out, and really just got pushed back into another consolidation. So I would say out of all these right now, the small cap sector tracked by the IWM ETF, this one's probably the least easy of a setup because it's more of just still consolidating. We're not seeing a nice trend one way or the other. If anything, it just looks like it's a premium burn type of a situation. So just wanted to wrap up where we are in the big picture. And then that brings us up to some individual equity. So we're still in earnings season, even though granted, albeit it is slowing down. After the market closed yesterday, we heard from Amazon, Cloudflare, and Affirm. So I want to go over those. Oh, and actually Pinterest, which is crushing right now. So just to give you a quick recap, let's get rid of this junk. Amazon issues disappointing revenue forecast, points to weakest growth on record. So I want to be clear. They beat on EPS. They beat on top and bottom line. They beat on revenue. They beat on EPS. But why the market reacted in such a negative manner is because they put out a weak growth forecast. Now, that's okay. I think some of you are trading Amazon. It's probably not the most popular stock within here, but I do want to call out this actually could be super, super, super good for some of these semiconductor companies, NVIDIA, AMD, Broadcom. Amazon, like Microsoft, says it can't keep up with AI demand. Company likely to invest $100 billion in 2025 capital expenses. This is the same thing we saw from Google. It sounds like they are all putting a lot of money into it. And if you follow the money of who it's going to benefit, it all comes back to the whole SMH world. Amazon plans to spend $100 billion this year to capture once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in AI. Amazon said it plans to boost capital expenditures to $100 billion this year, largely driven by AI investments. The company reported $83 billion in capital expenditures last year, so that's a decent growth. And this is just one company of many. Amazon has been racing to invest in AI as it faces increased competition from rivals, including OpenAI and Google. So okay, these are all the people mining for gold. Look at the people selling shovels. And if you want to know who's selling shovels, it's everyone in the semiconductor world. So you could do the upstream ones of, I don't know, certain metals like lithium that is needed. You can do the machine creators like ASML. You could do the fabricators like TSM. You could do the chip designers like NVIDIA or AMD. Like they're all at a different place within that world, but that world as a whole, that semiconductor world, I mean, all these reports are telling us that they are just going to be crushing. Absolutely crushing. So wanted to share that with all of you. Now, not really in a semiconductor world, but a stock that's now crushing. Pinterest shares surged as much as 20% after company beats on fourth quarter revenue, shows strong user growth. They crushed. The ticker is PINS, I believe. It's up a lot. They absolutely crush. I know some of you in here have been talking about it, so I just wanted to share that. This one isn't one that, like, I'm not against it by any means. I just happen to not really be trading it. But I know some of you in chat are super, super stoked to see this. So obviously a massive congrats to you. The other one that reported that makes me a little bit concerned for the health of the economy. Affirm shares popped more than 15% on revenue beat. So why would this concern me? Affirm is a company where you buy now, pay later. As in, it's being used by people who are maybe like not so stoked to be paying their bills right now and might need a little bit of assistance. So the fact that we have a company that's doing abnormally well, but it only does abnormally well when people are feeling financial stress, it's a little bit confusing. Well, it's a little, not confusing. It's a little bit concerning to me. So if you're in a firm, you're crushing it. Congrats. But I also just wanted to call this out and I guess have a quick little conversation here about what that means for the economy as a whole, where a company that helps you with financial issues is doing very well. What does that say about what's really going on? So just wanted to call that out. I also wanted to talk about Tesla because it's not been doing so well. Granted, this isn't earnings, but it's getting hit. Tesla car sales in China fall 11.5% as competition intensifies. That is not the news you would want to be hearing for old Tesla after the stock has been getting hit. It's down an additional 0.7%. It's fallen from 488 all the way down to 371. It had a chance to save itself right here on Tuesday. I tried to take it, but as soon as we started to break down yesterday, I was like, nope, got to cut this quick. I was looking for that bounce off the 50 EMA. Unfortunately, we were at support. The support did not hold, started to break down, and then obviously got a little bit of negative news this morning. So just wanted to share that. I'm still a fan of Tesla in the long term, but right now in the very short term, the trend is not a bullish one. Once again, let's just bring it back to basics. When you have lower highs and lower lows, what is that? That is a bearish trend. When I see a bearish trend on the daily chart, not so bueno. I want to be clear. Yes, I very much think it bounces back. It's just a question of when, so I'll obviously be watching that one. If you haven't already, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter. This is 100% free. You never had to pay for this. You're never going to have to pay for it, but it's chock full of great information. Every single Sunday, every Sunday morning to be more specific, you get this email to your email inbox where I break down the previous week, what to look forward to in the upcoming week. I highlight all of the earnings, and then I really bold the ones that I think you're going to care the most about, such as Amazon, we just got. I give you all the major macroeconomic events. So it's just a little cheat sheet of what you should be knowing. And then the most valuable is the seasonality for each individual trading day. So over the past 27 years, the better part of 3 decades, this is what your hypothetical equity curve would look like if you bought at open, sold at close on this individual trading day. And it's based on the S&P 500 futures market. So at first, you'd be losing. then you'd be winning, then you'd be losing, and recently you've been winning. So that means that the buy side today is pretty neutral. That doesn't mean I'm expecting the intraday action to be choppy. This has nothing to do with intraday. It just has to do with the open and the close. So how am I using this data? Well, it basically just tells me that I don't have to use seasonality, taking that into account today. I'm just not using it. If anything, I'm going to be looking at the price action as I always do. Are we bullish or bearish? Are we bullish or bearish? And then obviously I'll also be looking at the options flow. That's the major things I'll be doing. Now, for those of you who enjoy that and actually want to get into the Goonie Trading Discord, so if you're a member, that's 100% free. To get into the Discord, you have to be a supporter, which is a premium member. And to do that, it is 100% free. Just use this code Goonie. Goonie will get you the first month free. And then here's what it's going to look like. As soon as you sign up with that code Goonie, you could either come here and you're going to see a giant Goonie Discord button. Click there. That's how you could get into the Discord. Or you could look at the second pinned message. There's a link for the Discord right here. So you could either get in with this link or you could get in with this button. But the key thing is you have to first be a supporter. And to be very clear here, you could do that for free for the first month if you use this promo code Goonie. Double check that you're actually applying that code Goonie. If you want to know where the link is, it's in the description of the video. It's pinned to the top of chat. And also my mod will put it in chat. But enter the promo code when you are a supporter, giant button right there or the link right there, and just make sure to follow the steps and it should be easy peasy lemon squeezies. And if you want to know why should you waste your time at all? Well, it's crushing. The Goonie Discord is crushing. So here's what happened yesterday. Around 10:40 in the morning, Piper fired off a bullish signal, 4 out of 5 confidence, a SPY put credit spread, a Q put credit spread. These are all the details. The minimum capital requirement would have been $268. You could scale it up to your heart's desire, and that would have returned 132. So this was the base sizing, but obviously you could do what you want. For me, I ended up selling SPX put credit spreads. I did something wide, a 20-point spread, just so it would decay faster, and I sold at $1.85, collected it at 50 cents. I got in at 10:38. I got out at 1:30. That's not so bad. Couple hours of work, a nice return of $2,000. So that trade alone, had you agreed with it, would have paid for more than 3 years of you being in the Discord. So you could take advantage of the free month. And I truly think that there's that opportunity of you paying for the Discord for multiple years. So just want to put that out there. But the real value of it is actually the community of people. It's a lot of great like-minded traders talking about the markets and the breaking news day in and day out, trade ideas, investment ideas, like the news, breaking all that down. The true value is all the other phenomenal people in there. So obviously I show you this to like kind of entice you. I'm putting my money where my mouth is to show you, yes, sometimes I have losing days. Sometimes I have like winning days. That is important. And I guess that's more the marketing. But just to be like completely honest, the real value is not only in the private lectures that we had. Those recordings are up there. Obviously you'll have access to it, but it's really in the other people. You have someone who's as interested in the markets as you are, a sounding board, rather than you continuing annoying your girlfriend or fiance or wife who probably doesn't give two shits about the market. So just wanted to share all of that, what's going on. Like I said, sign up. Don't forget to use that code Goonie. And then that brings us a little bit closer to what in the world is going on today. Oh, it's 9 a.m. You guys didn't warn me. It's 9:02. Dingity ding. Attention, attention, all members of the world's largest casino. We have an announcement. Announcement. Please listen up. May I have your attention, please? This announcement is 3 minutes late, which means we are greatly behind schedule, folks. I need you to listen. This is not a drill. If you come to my channel, The Matt Kohrs Show, if you see this, you can see we are currently live. This is you. You are the thousands of people currently watching. If you scroll down, you're going to notice there's 2 little things of extra content. Extra content, Velvet Kohrs, and now there's a new one, Tendies and Tunes. If you go to Tendies and Tunes, all of the music that you guys so much love, it is now being released every minute until we are out of music. Every single minute, starting at 9 a.m., a new song is being released. 100% free, 100% accessible. We've been getting so much high quality feedback from all this amazing music that my producer Chaos is making. The guy is lights out. This is all 100% free, 100% accessible. Let me show you. It is right here. I wanted to make sure this is coming out. Boom. It's on the screen. You come to my channel, you scroll down to extra content. You're going to see Tendies and Tunes right here. This is the Matt Kohrs Show. You scroll down, extra content, Velvet Kohrs, Tendies and Tunes. You open up Tendies and Tunes every single minute until we are out of music. Your new songs are dropping. Starting at 9, if I just reload this right now, more music's going to be there. Every single minute, another song will just be coming out, like I said, until we are out. This is all for you. It's out there. You don't have to pay for it. It's 100% free. All those songs that you guys are hearing in the morning, we're getting a lot of awesome positive feedback. And we figured this is going to be a little bit of some trade core music. So as you are degenerately trading throughout the day, if you want some awesome beats going on in the background to make your heart sing, to make your degeneracy go to the next level, this is the music for you. It's there. It's up. We're going to keep adding to it. It's not just going to be here. We're going to add a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different awesome songs. It's all there for you. It is all 100% there for you. Is any of the music good? It is the best. So it's up there. That's announcement number 1. Honestly, as I keep reloading this, I think more and more music's just going to keep coming out. So make sure to check it out. It is Tendies and Tunes. All you have to do to find it is come to the channel. If you scroll to the bottom, you're going to see Tendies and Tunes right there. And then also, this is a little bit later, but at 10:30 today, we have a special video coming out on this channel. So you might want to check those two out. And yeah, feel free to just enjoy the music. We're trying to give back to you guys. Like I said, we're getting a bunch of positive reception. So I just want to announce that the music is out. It's a lot of 2 albums worth of music is dropping today, and we're going to keep adding to it. More and more songs are going to keep being added to old Tendies and Tunes here. So just wanted to call that out, and obviously enjoy. Any songs about Nancy Pelosi? Dude, there's songs about everything in there. There are songs about everything in there. So that is out. And also, I think since we're here, just in the state of announcements, yeah, we're doing another Payday Friday today. We're giving away multiple options funded accounts and cold hard cash. So you guys, if you've been here at all, you know on Fridays, we always like to give back. We're not just giving you music today. We're also giving out cold hard cash. The winner of the race will be getting $150. And then also, we're going to be giving away 3 different options prop accounts. So basically, you have the opportunity to potentially be trading with someone else's money. So we're going to be doing that today. It's going to go down around 10:30, depends on how crazy the market is or isn't. So in the meantime, feel free to get rocking with this. The way all these people are just putting in all their information, that's all you have to do. If you're the winner, I just need a way to reach out to you to be able to PayPal you money or get you the options account. So you see what's going on here. I don't know. It looks like 52 people already figured out how to properly enter. Check out what's pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. We are doing a Payday Friday giveaway today. We're giving away cold hard cash. We're giving away Vanquish accounts. Obviously, Vanquish is running a really nice deal right now, right? 35% off and 1 free reset with the code Goonie. GOONIE. As you can tell, I kind of use that code for everything. So code Goonie will get you 35% off and 1 free reset, which is, if you put those both together, that is a disgustingly big discount. Now, you could trade whatever account size you want. I end up doing the 50K. I come over here. I like to do the 50K. Just make sure to apply the code here when you were checking out on the right side. But you could do whatever account sizes you want. This isn't really specific for today, but I do want to let you know on Monday, or you have up to Monday, they're doing another giveaway, $1.2 million in funded account giveaways. They're giving away 4 $300,000 accounts, and that you have up until this Sunday at midnight to enter. So all you have to do is follow Vanquish on Twitter, retweet and like this post, or have a Vanquish account. So that's all you have to do to be entered into this giveaway. So I just wanted to call that out to everyone. So just want to know a whole secondary giveaway there is currently going on. All right, where's the market right now? 5 minute, we popped a little. So 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours, all green. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours, all green. The shorter time frames are a little bit more questionable. We're still within this large range that was created at 8:30. Definitely still within this large range. So even though we have about 20 minutes till the market goes, I'm going to tell you right away, I'll just be looking to see which side of this range we break first. Are the bulls going to be dominant and take us to the upside, or are the bears going to be dominant and crater through the bottom side? So out of the gate, I'm going to be watching those. Obviously, if you want to know the SPY levels, just come to your pre-market trading, look at that 15-minute chart and look at the high and the low. Bitcoin's looking good. Bitcoin is really popping right now. How is Amazon? Is Amazon recovering at all? Amazon, actually a decent recovery. It was down way more, so it's only down 2.8%. Granted, it's still in the red, but we're seeing a decent recovery. The one thing, if you didn't watch the update video yesterday, the one opportunity I really like right now, and I already have this, I did put my own money into this play already, is NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I called this out yesterday in the update video. I called this out yesterday in the Discord, but there's an interesting opportunity because I saw that we were potentially recovering. I was like, okay, kind of a fake out breakdown, higher high, higher low, another higher high, another higher low. So the setup caught my attention, but really what caught my attention was seeing the options flow. And I laid that out in the update video yesterday. And then from the options flow, I was like, man, we're coming up to this trend line. If we could push that, that's great. We pushed that yesterday. And then I said, oh, wow, we might start recapturing this whole wedge here at 129, and you can see we are actually gapping up above that at 129.27. This is potentially setting an opportunity for upside gap fill all the way up to 141.88. So I just wanted to put that on everyone's radar in terms of individual equities. I'm not saying this is the only setup. Obviously, this isn't mutually exclusive. There's many setups, but this is one where I like the technicals, I like the sector it's in, I like the options flow, and I think it could be a beneficiary of all these announcements we're hearing with expansive capex. So I just want to put that out there. I like the news, I like the sector, I like the technical setup, and I like the options flow. So for me, when I start to check all these boxes and then I look at the risk to reward, where I was like, okay, getting in on this break, and then I have my reward all the way up here, I could use minimize risk, just an opportunity. So I wanted to put that on everyone's radar. Obviously, I love NVIDIA as a long-term investment, but right now I'm talking about more of a short-term swing trade. This isn't a day trade. Well, if you are day trading it, I wish you the best of luck. But for me, I just want to let you know that I am more of swing trading this. Wanted to call that out to everyone. Dude, Bitcoin is going right now. Bitcoin's almost back at 100K on this. I think today is going to be a nice bullish day. I think today is going to be a very, very solid Payday Friday. I really do. The market is setting up, not necessarily the SPY, but the Qs are not far from an all-time high. Maybe we hit it today, maybe we don't, but man, we have the gasoline. It's just, is someone going to light the match? Speaking of lighting the match, I do want to give you all the key levels to pay attention to today. So yesterday, the S&P 500 index closed at 6,083.56. So according to the options market right now, this would be the first upside target. If you want to know roughly the level we're trading at, let me give you the current pre-market SPX level. We're around 6,085, which means if we were to open right now, we would be slightly above. We would be effectively right where my cursor is. So what we have going on is kind of an interesting situation. Right here, this between 6,080 and 6,050, this is a drunken stupor range, as in we're going to be stumbling around. If we get caught up in this, it's more of getting caught up in quicksand. We're going to be just ripping around, drinking a little too much, kind of confused about where we're going. It's going to be a lot of stumbling around. This is just a messy zone. If we can hold above the messy zone, if we can hold above 6080, it really does dramatically increase our odds of touching 6,100. This is one of the biggest open interest strikes we currently have going. So if we can hold above this range, I'm watching 6,100. If we break below this range, I'm then watching a bearish play to 6,035. So to recap, this is a drunken stumbling range. Above it, 6,100. Below it, 6,035. And if we break below 6,035, which would be bearish target number one, then we're talking about 6,000 flat, key technical level, key psychological level, and a key options level. So this is the neutral zone, bearish target one, bearish target two. So if we're holding above it, you could be like, okay, well, then what would we be looking at? Yes, 6,100, as I said. But then you might be like, well, what's the target above it? And that's where I'm here to kind of report. No one knows. This is clear sailing. If we break and hold above it, yeah, there is that trend line. But folks, we might get into a bit of a rocket ship situation. If we get above and hold above 6,100, it is no man's land all the way up to 6,200, like someone is punting calls all the way up to 6,250. I'm telling you, if we can get above and hold above 6,100, we might have everything we need to get on a fucking rocket ship. So, of course, at the start of every day, you should have a bullish scenario, you should have a bearish scenario, and you should have the confidence of each one, and you should have your own bias. Like there's various things. I would never ever say, I think it's actually poor trading to be married to one side or the other. Set up for a bullish condition, set up for a bearish condition, and understand the levels that you care about. So this is exactly my own trading plan. This is the neutral zone, bullish target number 1, maybe bullish target number 2 of that trend line breakout. But I'm telling you folks, above there, the next action we're seeing is 6,175. Some people are playing 6,200. Some people are playing all the way up here at 6,500. Folks, it's a rocket ship potential situation. I would never sit here and guarantee anything, but looking at how the options are laid out right now, there's not much going on. And the levels of where things are going on, they're sky high or the depths of hell low. There's nothing going on really in this region, which means that we could have a big range. Now, to give you actually more stats, facts, and figures on today's range, first of all, you should know that the expected range on the day is 40 points. Let me reload that just to see if anything's changed. It's now 28 points, which is roughly $3 in the SPY. I have a feeling that the options market is underpricing where we're going to go today, but obviously maybe not. If we get caught up in that drunken range, that stupor range, the neutral range, maybe it is quicksand and we get stuck there. So right now the options market on SPX is only expecting a 30-point move, but the action we're seeing this morning, let's go through it. So right now, this is the open interest for today on the SPX. You can see that we have action at 6,100 and we have action at 6,075, and then from right there, the next big spike is all the way up at 6,175. So that's just the open interest. The open interest change from market close last night to right now, we're seeing more interest in 6,180. That is, I could tell you, that's going to be this player right here that sold these calls. Remember, this is a neutral to bearish position. This bet right here that I'm highlighting, that player is betting we stay below those levels. So that's the open interest change. But then if you want to see the actual bullish or bearish, this is the volume as well. Okay, so people very interested in the 6,100, people were very interested in the 6,000, and then above that 6,125. So that's the volume. And then if we take the sales away from the buys to see who's aggressive, who's not, we have a lot of long calls to 6,100. So the yellow are the calls, the blue are the puts. If you're above, that's people buying. If you're below, that's people selling. So we have people selling these calls, but yet still buying the 6,100. So as we are breaking down the expected range, the news we just got, there's a lot of things, and this is never a guarantee because in the market, you're always dealing with unknown probabilities, but just seeing the volume, just seeing the open interest, seeing the open interest change, seeing the aggression, taking in that news, I think the odds are looking really, really, really good for us to at least test 6,100 today. Now, when we get up there, I don't know how market participants are going to react. Are they going to take their profits and call it an early weekend? Maybe, because if so, that'll cause us to get rejected and we'll come back in. But what if there's a bunch of FOMO dipshits like myself who get into it after and actually cause that breakout? So right now, the way things are setting up, I'm feeling pretty confident of a test of 6,100. That will be the first thing I'm looking for. And then from there, we're going to have to kind of come up with a new plan and really gauge what the options flow is telling us to see, does this movement have legs? Can we follow through? Or are people just going to hit the cash register, say, peace, I'm going to go get some sangria and move on with their life? That's my base plan for the day. But with that being said, even though that's my base plan, I still have my neutral zone. I still have my bearish targets just in case something happens there. But I just want to let you know that situation. I should also let you know that out of the last 13 unemployment reports, January of this year, and then every single month of last year, out of those 13, it does pay to be a bull. Now, the stats that I went over in the update video yesterday was the gap is actually normally small, and that's kind of what we're seeing this morning. We're not seeing that big of a gap this morning, but from open to close, over the last 13 unemployment reports, 8 of them have been bullish. 5 of them have been bearish. Those aren't phenomenal odds, but they are odds that suggest the bulls are in control. And this time around, not only do we know that the stats generically favor the bulls, we know that the report was good. We know that options players are targeting a about 15 point higher, which would bring the SPY to about 608.50. So right now, I'm stressing this enough because as soon as you start to be guaranteed about things in the market, that's where I personally feel that you really fall into danger. But I think it is good to kind of know that scale of probabilities, almost like a speedometer, a gauge of what way you're leaning, and then ideally putting some math behind it to know how confident you should or shouldn't be. But no matter how confident you are, I don't care if you're as confident as you've ever been in your life, remember bet sizing is as important as your actual trading strategy. If you take a good trading strategy and poor bet sizing, you're still going to lose money. On the opposite side, you could take a shit trading strategy, but if you have good bet sizing, you could actually still be profitable. Obviously, what you're looking for is the combo of the two. You want a strategy that has real expected value, as in a true statistical edge, and you want to marry that with actual proper bet sizing. So we can get into the details of what is or isn't bet sizing a little bit later on. A lot of people end up doing like half Kelly criterion, a fourth Kelly criterion, for anyone who has ever heard about that. So that's just like one thing. If you're bored today, you could give that the old Google search to see what's going on. But just wanted to share that. It is very, very important. I think a good rule of thumb, never be so degenerate to be betting more than 5% of your account. I think that's a really good starting spot, especially if we people joining in and they're like, hey, I've never been in the world's largest casino before. I don't know what I'm doing. I would never put myself in a situation, in terms of like advice I'd give to my old self, my current self, to all of you, never put yourself in the situation where the worst case scenario is more than 5% of your account. I think if you live by that rule of thumb, you're going to be able to fight quite a bit. You're going to be able to survive quite a bit. So just wanted to share that. Obviously, for some people, you might be like, hey, I go higher, I go lower. I'm just saying a general rule of thumb is it's going to take quite a few bad beats for you to completely blow out if you're never maxing more than 5% of your account. I think that's a good starting spot. I don't think it's appropriate for everyone. Obviously, we're all in different situations, trading different things with a different risk tolerance, different personality, different account sizes, different asset classes. Yes, I get that there's a lot of nuance to it, but if you are just starting right now and saying, dude, I don't even know like how much I should be betting. I put 10 grand into my account. What's the worst case scenario? Should I be betting 5K, 3K, 10K? No. I would say about 5% max loss case scenario is a good starting off point for everyone. So those are, once again, I'm not an advisor. I just happen to be a fashion guru. So maybe you take financial advice from a high-end fashion guru. I'm not saying that's appropriate for everyone. In fact, I would advise against it, but I want to be clear. I'm just a degenerate screaming at a camera for a living. So like understand who I am. And I think you have to be a little bit honest with yourself. Chaos in Roswell gifted 5 subscriptions to Matt Kohrs. Who got it? Matt is going through his John Lennon phase. No, John Lennon is going through his Matt phase. Let's be clear. Crash Bandit, Booyah Tribe, Rudder, Tough Dog, and Mabs. Congratulations and shout out to Chaos. That's very kind. Very, very kind. All right. Folks, as much as you might have joined this show thinking that we are just here to fuck around and have a good time and a lot of ha-has and a lot of hee-hees, as if we are treating the world's largest casino as a casino and not some fancy schmancy financial instrument that we should all respect. This is a serious show. This is as serious as a show as it gets. I want to be clear on that. We are not here for laughs and ha-has and hee-hees. We are serious trading financial professionals, and don't you forget that. I know how I look. I know how you look. You look like shit. You just got up. You haven't even had your coffee. Go put on some better clothes. Why are you still in your pajamas? I get how we all look. I get how we all sound. I see the jokes popping off. Yeah, did we spend most of the show talking about potentially racist tweets? What does that have to do with active trading? I don't know. Don't ask me that. It's not like I'm the one running this show. This is more on you than anything else. So let's be realistic here. We're serious. It's time to focus. Max account every trade. That's one way to do it. Former Tesla trader. If you were a former Tesla trader and you max account on every trade, can I safely assume that you blew out then if you were a former Tesla trader? Interesting that your name is former Tesla trader and your advice is to max out every trade. I'm noticing I'm noticing maybe a bit of I think you overplayed your hand on this one. I think we're all kind of realizing why you were a former Tesla trader, but hey, Maybe you're former because you're retired and you made so much money. I can't judge. Maybe you did crush it. Literally in a bathrobe. Aren't we all? Mark, we're all right there. Spiritually, metaphysically, literally, figuratively, everything in between. I think we're all in a bathrobe right now. I think we are. Okay, we have about 7 minutes to kill. I was going to do this later, but I think this is as good a time as ever. I plan on betting a lot of money on the Super Bowl. And as much as I'm not your financial advisor, I think we could all be honest with each other and admit that you guys are, in fact, my financial advisor. So as my financial advisor, who should I bet on? I am a Philly fan, but I'm worried that is my fandom going to get in the way of a good bet? Are the refs really good? Like, I want the Eagles to win. I need the Eagles to win. But is the smart bet on the Chiefs because they and the refs have a very, very, very special relationship? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to be realistic for myself, you know? Like, of course I want them to win emotionally, but I can't let my emotions get into the way of a good bet. Like, what do you think the quality bet is? Bro, about to lose 6,900 again. All right, let's not bring up history. That was old Matt. I made that bet when I was a losing sports bettor. Now I'm a winning sports bettor. So the reason that bet didn't win last year, I bet on the 49ers last year. I was actually in Vegas for it. Shout out to Rumble. I got to go with Rumble. That was an awesome experience. I didn't want it bad enough. That's why I didn't win that bet, if I'm being completely honest. If I'm being honest with all of you, I just didn't want it enough. And that's why the 49ers didn't win. But this year I'm approaching it in a completely new mindset. I've been mentally training for this. I know what I want. I can see it clearly. I'm gonna manifest it. So I'm approaching this bet, this particular Super Bowl, in a very, very different light. You know, bet $1,000 on the coin toss. Paul, if I do that, what would you pick? Heads or tails? Maybe that's the bet of the game. Is just take the coin toss. Maybe I don't even need a bet on the money line or anything. Maybe I just go straight on the coin toss. Like, either I am living in a mega mansion or I'm living in a box. Like, just do it. Tails never fails. The NFL is fixed. Maybe, but if it's fixed, we should know how it's going to conclude, and then that should make betting very easy. So if in the situation it's fixed, it would make my life of betting way, way easier. Don't bet against your team. I think that's good. Tails never fails. Heads, always tails. ELGSES. ELGSES. Oh, man. Lines are out, so I don't give a fuck. Yacht Master, I feel for you. I don't know what happened with you guys and the Commanders. That was a bit weird, but I suppose it happens. Oh, no, let me switch this up. All right, so I think I've properly prepped you guys for everything here. Oh, we are doing the Payday Friday. Show Vanquish a little bit of love. They are giving away fat deals, and I will be trading on Vanquish myself today, but the code Goonie gives you 35% off, one free reset on the account. We are giving away 3 accounts today and $150, so that's going to be closer to 1030. So we are doing a Payday Friday. Don't forget to sign up. It's on one of these. Also, don't forget to check this out. I have way too many tabs open. All right, I'll be trading. Let me get ready here. Let me get ready there. All right, we have that. You guys know the deal. We're doing Payday Friday. It's pinned to the top of chat. We're going to be watching the options flow as it comes in today. So let me get ready on all of that, because we do want to know what the options market is telling us. Is it going to let me in? Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Let me get all of this. So out of the gate, we're going to be watching the S&P 500 complex. We'll be watching the NASDAQ 100 complex. And then we'll also be watching the Magnificent Seven, aka Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla. They took Netflix out of that? Was Netflix ever in it? AAGMMNT. Is that, you think that's an Illuminati message or something? Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla. So we'll be watching all of those out of the gate to see what's going on. If you guys are joining right now, you are comically late, but you need to know before the bell opens that the unemployment report came out. It was lower than expected. That's bullish. Average hourly earnings came in higher than expected. That's bullish. They revised last month's non-farm payroll higher. That's bullish. The bearish thing was this month's non-farm payrolls came in less than expected to the tune of 26,000 jobs. So that was the little hiccup in the situation. But obviously, the market market seemingly has already forgotten about it. Yeah, we stumbled at first, but then it recovered, based, and now we are actually looking pretty freaking good. The market's going to be opening in 90 seconds. So there's a couple of things I need to remind you of with the market opening in about 90 seconds. And that's the fact that you're not going to take it with you when you go. A couple minutes ago, I made the erroneous statement that you should care about your risk, you should care about your reward. And in some trading circles, that is true. But in another light, I want to remind you that money's fake. It really is. Money's fake, and you can't take it with you when you go. Why do we care so much about a thing that isn't real, that you don't take into the afterlife anyway? You know? So easy come, easy go. It's fake bullshit anyway. If you're a good person, the market's going to pay you. Like, that's all you really need to know. That's all. Like, if I'm being like straight up 100% no cap for real, that's what you need to know, is money is BS, and who cares about it anyway? Just want to throw that out there. YOLO bacon futures. Dude, I would love to be the world's best bacon trader. That is something a young boy like myself can actually really, really work after. That's a good dream. After the refs stole it from Buffalo, they can't favor the Chiefs again, or there will be a revolt. So as a Bills fan, go Eagles. I appreciate that. I think that's a pretty fair breakdown. Shout out Diamond Dallas. All right, and we're off to the races. Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. All right, the classic profit taking at open. I'm shocked because I've never seen that one before. Jesus. I think every single day this week, whenever we have a good opening, there's instantaneous profit taking right out of the gate. Here's a look. S&P 500 actually kind of flat. The NASDAQ picking up and the Mag 7 picking up, but that's literally not even a minute's worth of data. I'm going to be doing my best today to sit on my hand. Yes, I have my 25 accounts geared up to trade on futures, and I'm also prepped up to trade on my Vanquish account. Let me make sure that's logged in. So this is for options. This is for futures. So I'm ready to rip it on all of it. Are we going to take out? So remember that range that was created from the report? I have those marked out in the blue line. So if we push above, that means we're breaking out of the unemployment range. And then obviously below to the south side would be the bottom of that. But that's what the blue lines on the chart are. And then the white line is the closing value. So right now, since we opened above it, there might be a bit of support found there if we end up trading down to that level. So just wanted to keep everyone apprised of what these lines mean, what they don't mean. Looks like the SPY may be taking out 607.22 and the Qs would be 531. Remember, my major upside target and my main trading thesis of the day is us testing 6,100, which is about 9 points above where we are right now. The Mag 7 is flat. The NASDAQ is long and strong, and the S&P 500 is a little long, little strong. But right now, I mean, the Qs are already taking out that high from the range. So that's a nice push. And then where is the high value from yesterday? We pretty much closed at the high. Oh, we got the downside gap fill on minute one. So we got the downside gap fill, cleaned up the chart, pushed above that opening range or the unemployment range. Tech's looking good right now. Palantir's popping. Would love for NVIDIA to pop. Where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin's at 99.7 right now. Would love to see if that could get going. Broadcom is up 1.7%. Of course, I got out of my calls yesterday just in time to get my ass handed to me. Perfect. Played that one perfectly, Matthew. Getting out when you gave back your gains just for it to gap up the next day. Sick. That's exactly what I like to do. That's awesome. That was my plan. Give back a lot of my gains just for it to go the other way the next day. I love trading that way. Absolutely love it. It's so cool. I'm such a big fan of trading that way. I love it. I'm so fucking stoked. I'm so happy that I got out for it to gap up by 1.5%. I'm so happy. Man, I love trading that way. I love respecting my risk. And then the next day, the market pops up anyway. It's so much fun for me. I love it. It's so cool. I think Meta hit a new all-time high. Meta's up 1.4%. NASDAQ is crushing. Mag 7 is crushing. S&P 500 longer duration is crushing. 0 DTE is a little bit suspect right now. A little bit suspect. Man, I could have just gone long out of the gate. I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback to go long into. I don't want to necessarily chase this high because knowing my luck, it could dip at any moment. So, I mean, heck, we're only 3 minutes into the day. Calm, cool, collected. I don't need to do anything crazy. I don't need to do anything crazy. You need to do something crazy. All right. Why is this? Let me reload this. I'm trying to get this account loaded up here. I'll take this over here. So I'm getting ready for my options trades. I'm getting ready. Okay. Am I on the right account? I am on the right account. SPX for today. All right. 6,100. Okay, I'm ready. I haven't fired off any trades yet. The only thing I do have is I swung some positions. These were all posted in the Discord yesterday. How am I looking? Not a bad start to the day on my swing positions. Up about 5K. NVIDIA, I'm up 35%. SPY and Qs, 10% and 7% respectively. Another reason for you getting into the Discord, ask anyone in the Discord. These were all called out in real time yesterday to play this. And then I also had the explanation of why I was confident in playing these. And it just had to do, once again, with the stats, facts, and figures of the market, unemployment report, but a nice 2K return, $800 and about 1,000. So hopefully this market keeps going. I might decide to manage it a little bit at 6,100. Remember, this is a key level. We're seeing just some action there. Past this, who knows what's going to go on. I'm very closely going to be watching this options flow. We had a nice pump up until 934. The NASDAQ just took a big hit at 934. The Mag 7 is holding. All right. This is why I don't want to chase, I know we get excited. You might see green right away and you're like, I got to get in. This is why you got to hold yourself accountable. This is why I really, really, really recommend just taking a breather. Just take a breather. You don't need to rush out of the gate. I really, truly believe that if you just wait those first 10, 20, 30 minutes, you can be a lot better off in your trading career. Identifying the true trend, not getting yourself into such sticky situations. It's these exact examples that when you're pumping and pumping and pumping, you're like, oh, I'm going to buy at the high. You don't know when other people are going to take their profits. And they did. They took it at 934. So if you miscalculated by a minute or two, you could have just got complete, right away. You bought at the high and just got dumped on. That's not the situation you want to be in. I do like this setup though on tech. Mag 7. I see some volume coming in right here in the bottom. Is this going to come back? Because this would be a nice support to play off of potentially. This would be a nice support to play off of. What time is it? It is 9:36. It's a little early for me. Nope. I got to be disciplined. I got to do the right thing. I gotta. As much as I just want to smash along right now, I need to wait a little bit more. Trading 6, nope, not worth it. Not worth it for me. Not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. It might go. It honestly looks like it's going to go, but I don't want to install bad habits. I've been trading well for about a week of really disciplined trading. I don't want to fuck it up. I'm sticking to my plan. I don't want to have to go to my trading journal later today and say, hey, it was a good trade, but you still traded too early. You got lucky, bucko. Don't want to be that guy. I'm looking to my future self and I'm envisioning, Matt, even though everyone in chat was making fun of you, they were ragging on you for not ripping it, you stuck to your plan. That's my goal. That's my goal. I'm not going to rip it. Not going to rip it. Gotta wait. You gotta wait. I'm doing all this self-talk right now because as much as I do want to rip it, I know it's not the right move. I know it's not. It could be worth it. It could be worth it, maybe, but it's not worth the risk. It might have a positive return today, but breaking your rules in the long term never pays dividends, brother. Never plays dividends. The market gods will reward me for my patience. I can feel it. I can feel it. The market gods, they will be blessing me. As much as you guys want to talk a little bit shit right now, my discipline will pay, mark my words. My discipline and my loyalty and my devotion to the market gods, to the gamma gods, and to everything in between, it will pay. It will pay. It will pay. I'm just I need some, don't like that NASDAQ flow. Mag 7 flow is very strong. Even the S&P 500, not in love with this flow. So not only was I about to trade early, I was about to trade long when the options flow was to the south side. I don't mind going back bullish, especially because I see that Mag 7 so strong, but I need to see some excitement here. I need to see a little bit of turnaround there, bucko. Let me get this options trade ready. 6,100. All right. All right. When is the flow going to... The Mag 7 is still pretty freaking strong right now. The SPY is trying to hold above the unemployment range. Remember, this blue line is the upper range that we were hitting right after the unemployment report came out. Meta, I'm pretty sure this is a new all-time high. It's holding nicely. NVIDIA is even pushing 130. I want to watch this out because there's a lot of open interest at 130 and 131. So I want to see if it can hold here, basically. Maybe the Qs want to come and retest the unemployment range. So that's what I'm watching, the way the SPY did. But really, my major focus is waiting for the options market to turn. Right now, we're seeing the options market still trend down. I do not want to be a buyer when it's trending down. I find time and time again that it is way easier in life to trade not only with price trend, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours bullish, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours bullish. So that's one sanity check. You also don't want to be going long right at resistance. So, okay, we still have some room up there. But right now, the reason I'm not long yet, well, first of all, time is a little suspect. We're about 10 minutes into the day. I don't mind firing off a trade now. But I need to see some enthusiasm here. I need to see some enthusiasm, folks, and I'm just not seeing it at the second. Another sanity check we could do is with another tool I have, GEXBot. Let's see where the resistance and support is. State, latest, gamma. All right, here's the setup. We're at this is calling out 6,105, so somewhere in this region. But look at this. If we can really break and hold above 6,100, this is actually calling 6,140 right now. Like, if we can break, which is a giant if, but if we can break and hold above 6,100, man, we could really get going today. Like, we could really get going today. So kind of excited about that. Lots of potential. Lots of potential. I was trying to draw a trend line here. Maybe a little bit of a fake out. A little bit of a fake out there from that intraday high at 936 coming down, maybe trapping some people, try to get going, instantly got smacked. Who knows? Maybe ends up being a good trade, maybe a bad trade, but I'm watching this. What do we have going on here? I am getting really confused. And even though price is looking good, Mag 7 just took a hit. NASDAQ, is it picking up now? Are we finally picking up, or is this about to get smoked? There we go. All right.
Order submitted.
I'm long on everything. Okay, I'm long on everything. Why did I just decide to go long? Dude, I cannot see the proper colors. Let me put these down here for a second. I need to dial it in. All right, we're going to do this. Okay, 20. What's a 1080 plus 50? That would be 1130. Limit, I'm setting up my 1130. All right, got my options trade set up on Vanquish. So I saw this SPY pop right here, instantly went long. That was exactly what I was waiting for, with some bullishness to get into the market. And where did this go? Here's my Vanquish trade. I'm popping off, already locked in $1,000. Realize, here's the trade. already locked in real fast. I was in 20, out of 20. I went from 1080 to 1130. So $1,000 already locked in. I'm liking that follow through. Let me check this. Okay, we did get a pop. It's kind of giving some back right now. I want to see if we could base, but this is what I played off of. Is finally we saw some enthusiasm in this. And the other thing I need to do is quickly check my risk. I'm thinking maybe it is smart. I don't. So it was good for a second there. Where do I want to put my risk? I'm just along one. I'm keeping it disciplined. First of all, I know that my stop. It's more of where do I want to move my stop to? That's what I'm trying to compute right now. Maybe 20. I'm long at 56. 25, 20, maybe 19, maybe a shot right under this just in case it fails. Looks like I might have gotten a little bit faked out by, what is that? That's 26. So maybe 20 exactly. All right, remember, my job is always just to manage the risk as quickly as I can. There's an arbitrary upside target, and if it hits it, it hits it, but that's not necessarily my main goal right now. My main goal is I'm concerned with my stop as aggressively as I can. I want to move my stop up to break even, so that's my job. I thought, see, this is what I bought. I was hoping that we'd get some follow through, but of course, you never know the next set of trades. So what had happened was I got all excited. I saw the call buying, but what happened here was some calls instantly locked in, and we still see persistent put buying right here. So I might have a little bit of pain to withstand because there was just no sustained follow through. Obviously, I didn't know that was going to happen. I saw it finally pick up, and I was like, okay, that's one of the signals I was looking for. And this is just a reminder that there's no guarantees, which is why your bet sizing and your stop losses, really your risk management, is key. So we'll see. I see Meta's catching a bid. I see the Qs just got a little bit hit. I already have my stop in, so it's not gonna. If it gets hit, that sucks. But my stop's there. Basically, I'm worried that it might fall all the way to VWAP and bounce off of that. But if it does look like it's bouncing, I could always just go along there. But what is really nice is I already did lock in that nice $1,000 trade on Vanquish right when I saw SPX going, which really tells me I might need to get one geared up again. Get one geared up again. All right. 20. I'm not firing this one off. I just want to be ready for the opportunity. I'm watching this. Let me get this up over here. The Nasdaq is flat. Mag 7 started to pick up. That might be my savings grace, but I want to see it take out really this recent delta high we had over here. But I see some in the Mag 7, the big tech names, we're seeing a little bit of enthusiasm right now. The Nasdaq itself, not so much. And the S&P 500 is picking back up. Where's my 15-second chart? Oh, this is my opportunity. Go, fire, yes, done. Where am I at? I'm in at 1140, so I need to get out at 1190. 1190. Let's see if we could get our second one in here. Boom, boom, boom. Go, go, go. All right, so that one's already cooking. The order's in. Currently, the positions break even. I'm seeing the SPY go. We're seeing a little bit of like a lethargic reaction thus far in the Qs, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. Meta's doing its thing. Nvidia's doing its thing. Bitcoin's back above 100,000. GEXBot, we're trying to break 6,100. So it's all coming down to, will this be the test? I want to clarify, generally when you have such a key level like this, generally that ends up not breaking on the first time. Please don't be surprised if we run up to it, slightly overshoot it, and then it gets knocked, and then we base, and then it takes an additional attempt. Now, of course it could break and run. I'm just saying when we see so much like activity there, and there's so many people focusing, not even from an options perspective, but just from like a psychology perspective, just don't be surprised if we actually have to struggle there. Generally, when you come up to resistance or support, it's not the most common to just break on attempt 1 or 2. So just want to be clear about that. The SPY still looking good. The Q's looking a little bit suspect. Not the biggest fan of how they are trending. We do have some lower highs now after that nice morning pop. I'm watching a little bit of this consolidation wedge. Obviously, for me in my bullish position, I'd prefer we break to the upside rather than the downside. Right now, the NASDAQ isn't making me so happy. The Mag 7 was making me happy, and now it's not. And the S&P 500, really weird today. Pop, drop. Pop, drop, pop, drop. So not setting up to be the easiest. I'm still in, I guess, all of these positions right now, but I'm looking for maybe a little bit of support to be found. We could watch a more exaggerated trend line right there. Let me scrunch some of this data together. So I'm here. I was trying to buy this little trend line, I guess, reversal. Obviously, it got smacked pretty quickly. That's what's going to happen. But as long as you're controlling your risk, that's the name of the job. So I'm still optimistic. I'd be more. Oh, hang on. I got some news to report. Locked in 2K. So thus far going 2 for 2. And why did that happen? Because options popped again. The Delta's starting to go crazy. The NASDAQ, not so much, but the Mag 7's picking up. Dude, this is going to go. I'm almost back to break even. I'm looking for this trend line breakout. I'm really liking it. I kind of wish I waited to enter here on the break of like 60-ish. I actually would have preferred that. Granted, I have a slightly better entry now, but I think there's higher confirmation if we get back above 60, which had I no position at this moment in time, I actually really like that. How are we looking? We're getting close to this test. I'm going to set an alert just because I don't want to overstay my welcome in case we get smacked there. There is a chance that this quickly pops, and if I hear that alert go off and then this starts to turn, I might want to take like whatever baby profit I have. So a couple things to consider. We're pulling back right now. I'm going to take this one off the screen just so I could get setting up another trade. Maybe we could go 3 for 3 here. Market. All right, I'm getting the trade ready. All right, this is the SPY. Obviously, the white line is the price of the SPY. Here's the delta flow. All right, I'm in on that third one. I'm in at 1180, so I need to get out at 1230. All right, verify trade. Okay. We tapped it. Is there going to be follow through? All right, now we need to see. This is where we need to really dial it in. We just tapped that level that I called out. Just tapped it. I think I was off by 10 cents on my fill on those calls that I just bought the third round. Dude, see, this was what I was worried. Tapping it, and remember when I said, oh, it might get smacked? It just so happened that that tap on SPX at the key level was my break-even point and the trend line on the Qs here. I might move my stop up just because it might take a bit more. Maybe they're going to gear up for a second push so early. Yeah, profit taking right there. The second we touched it, perfectly kissed it. And then it's like, nah. See this right here, profit taking. Calls getting dumped and people buying puts. The NASDAQ not looking so good. The Mag 7 also some profit taking starting at 949. So hopefully this can base and turn around. I don't know what the NASDAQ is doing, but the NASDAQ complex, this is NDX and QQQ, calls were just being sold pretty much all day. We're now a bit flatter. People were buying longer duration puts. Things have flattened out since about 948. So at least that bearish downside aggression is seemingly stopping, but we haven't seen that bullish upside yet. Even the Mag 7 here is now kind of flat. The NASDAQ, let me zoom in just so we can be... Puts are really being bought, but yet calls are also being bought. The S&P 500 seemingly doesn't know which way it wants to go here. Come on. We're seeing how this second test might go. Remember, this is a huge level. I cannot guarantee anyone. I've never seen a model that accurately predicts will a breakout or rejection occur. All I can tell you is you just got to watch the key levels. We are once again above it. Nice. I like that. Here's the Vanquish trade. My third one. I'm just above break even. I'm up 400, 500, back to break even. Are we getting smacked again? Yep. Second smack. Do we have more profit taking? Yep. profit taking. We swung back up into it, and on the second round, people were like, yeah, give me my money. No, not that much profit taking. The calls are holding steady. The green bars right here are the 0 DTE calls, which I'm most interested in because those are the players that are like, okay, are we going to break or not? They're picking up a little bit here. Locked it in. Bada bing, bada boom. You've seen 3K locked in. Obviously, I'm trading a 50K account on Vanquish. I've thus far on the day gone 3 for 3. Not a bad way to go. Watching these 0 DTEs. Here's the NASDAQ. It's flat. The Mag 7 also trending down. My position is still here. I'm looking for this breakout. I'm moving my stop up a little bit, just in case there's a rejection. I'm in at 56.25, so I'm risking 30 points, which is $600. But like I said, my whole goal here is ideally there's this breakout and follow through. I would love to see the test of the intraday high at 21,900. What's that, like 67, 68, something like that. If we can go all the way up to like, that's 40 points. Honestly, if we get up into this region, I'll be moving my stop to break even. My goal is just to keep moving my stop up higher and higher and higher. So I'm watching that already, just crushing it here on Vanquish, going 3 for 3, locking in that 3K. Remember, you could do this too. 35% off free reset code Goonie if you want to trade options with someone else's money. The Qs here tried to break out and are getting smacked. That's not so good for me. We're seeing a little bit more weakness in the Qs on a relative basis to the SPY. I'm not the biggest fan of that. How are the individual tech names looking? So Meta slowly but surely climbing up. NVIDIA slowly but surely climbing up. Broadcom actually getting hit. Tesla trying to reverse. Palantir, another new all-time high. Meta climbing up. Amazon trying to claw back its losses from earnings. Microsoft not doing much, not good, not bad. RUM up 2.8%. Netflix got hit, maybe trying to recover. Apple not doing much. Coin not doing much. MSTR getting hit a bit. Qualcomm. Google's going down. So in terms of tech names, we are seeing weakness in Google. Is this coming from my stop? It looks like it's coming from my stop. I almost got stopped out. It looks like it's about to hit it. Oops. I'm going to need the save of a lifetime. For some reason, we're just seeing more weakness in tech. So not only are we seeing that in price, but this whole time, the NASDAQ's just been getting hit while the SPY right here, calls just got locked in and people are now buying puts. Look how hard this delta is dropping. The delta is dropping really hard. The mags, even the mags, things are getting hit. Yep, I just got stopped out right there. It gave me a worse fill than I expected. I mean, you guys saw my stop at 25. It got me a fill at 22. That happens. But why is this happening? Options are dropping. They're like clearly dropping. So it happens. I mean, that's why I have my stop in. I'm still able to make this back today. I'm not really worried about that at all. I took an opportunity, had good risk. We just didn't get the follow through. Had we had a similar follow through on the Qs as we did on the SPY, I'd already be in my profit. Like the SPY right now is still holding. It's like specifically the tech sector that's having a bit of a mess up. It tried to get that trend line breakout. I thought I was going to get lucky there, but quickly reverted. And then as soon as it broke this, you have to cut there because you don't know. What if it just gives it all back? There's no way I'm going to sit here and take on that sizable loss. I think that was a good trade. I like the setup. I would have done it again, being completely honest. Just not every trade is going to go your way. That's exactly why you have to honor your stop. And that's exactly what I did. So now I don't have to like freak out and be like, oh, is it going to bounce right here? If it does bounce right here, starts to go up. That's the beautiful thing about futures trading is there is no pattern day trading. Obviously, there's pros and cons to both. For example, I was in that even with a similar move, I was already able to bag 3K via Vanquish on options. So yeah, there's 6 to 1, half dozen to another. Certain derivative products, whether futures or options, some have advantages, some have disadvantages. But right now, I'm actually very, very happy to be out of this because options are puking on the Mag 7. Dude, options are getting hit right now. They are absolutely getting hit to the point that we're coming up almost to VWAP right now, the volume weighted average price. That's where the average participant is in the market today. So that was a puke all the way down there. I would have to ride this all the way down. And guess what? What if it doesn't hold and pukes more? That's how your losses really, really, really balloon. So maybe we find some support here. And if it starts to swing back up, I'll get back in roughly where I got out. No harm, no foul. But if it keeps dipping, well, then I was able to dodge it. And that's exactly what I was doing. But look at this puke in options. NASDAQ was really never showing that much. Dude, the Mag 7 is getting hit. Which player is it in the Mag 7? Is it Apple? Apple's kind of getting hit. Is it Microsoft? Microsoft, not so much. Meta, not really. Amazon, even Amazon's getting hit. Google, Google might be the main, dude, Google's getting pulverized right now. It's been nonstop all day. Even Tesla. I mean, Meta, in terms of the Mag 7, Meta's the only solid one I see. Bullish. I mean, Microsoft's holding. Apple did take a hit, but dude, Google, this is a crime scene. Google's getting murked, and Tesla's not far behind it. Those two are definitely running into some serious problems today. So here's the Mag 7 as a complex, but you can see right here at 954, just getting dumped. The NASDAQ, it's maybe trying to hold, but even when the S&P went right here at 955, same situation. I'm so happy to be out of that. Like, yeah, you take a risk, that's trading. You control your risk. And if it bounces back, I'll get back in. I'm hoping that support is found here at VWAP. I would love for, okay, we puke, VWAP, the market really evaluates how many buyers and sellers are at this level. Hopefully the sellers are done. I want to see all those puts that were purchased get monetized right here, because if we see those puts getting monetized, that's going to remove negative delta from the system. So this whole time that people were buying these puts, when you buy puts, which is these blue arrows the blue candles going down, ASAP stealth. How about you shut the fuck up? What a fucking dipshit. Why do people spam? Why do people think that spamming is going to work? Now I'm just going to boot you, and now I'm intentionally not going to look at SMCI because you're so fucking stupid. Stop spamming. You like, whoa. Someone just hit the market with size. Right there. They sold a bunch of calls, bought a bunch of puts. Wow. What just happened? The Fed report? A Fed report came out. I am so happy to not be involved in this. What in the world? There was a Fed report coming out right here. Monetary policy, right here. Fed monetary policy report just dropped at 10 a.m. Obviously, the market did not like it. Holy shit, the bots reacted poorly. They sold calls, bought puts, and it got smashed. I wonder if this is a buy the dip type of situation. It got smashed. Once again, this is all because of the Fed monetary policy report, fancy schmancy report that obviously the bots reading the report did not like. They did not like it in the slightest. Let's see if they're talking about it. Let me see. Where's Bloomberg TV? Let's see if they're talking about it.
January number, 5 to 10 year inflation goes up
consumer sentiment
to 3.3 from 3.2, but these numbers
wait, what 4.3 versus
exactly
3
where people were upset, but
they were that far off on the Michigan numbers
for the Fed or for the administration.
What the
and
fuck?
In terms of that 1 year inflation
off by a whole percent. No,
4.3%
no,
from 3.3% and an expectation for that to stay the same. Does this have any indication at all that we might be coming unanchored?
If it continued that way, you'd say that, and certainly the size of
oh
the
my
gives
god,
you something to be concerned about. Whether it's unanchored or not,
holy
it's
shit,
hard to tell when you have just
Michigan preliminary February 1st 1 year expected inflation. They were expecting 3.3, and it came in a whole percent higher. Oh my god, dude!
Strong wages.
Wow.
And unemployment.
That holy shit, dude.
At it, think of maybe.
And the takeaway is,
figures
on inventories, but I'm sorry, on our preliminary Fed
Wow.
rate on Michigan. 67.8 is the headline. Way lower than the 71, almost 72 we were looking for. 67.8. That would be
Look
the
at
weakest
this.
level going all
The
the way back to
15-second
November
gapped
of
down on this
23.
news.
Now, if we look at current conditions,
Dude.
also significantly lower, 68.7. This follows 74.0, and I understand it's a preliminary. 68.7.
Holy
that would be
shit.
the weakest going back to, well, November of last year.
This
And then
is why I'm
finally,
happy I had to
if we look
stop,
at
folks.
expectations,
What
lies
the
ahead,
fuck?
67.3, well below 69.3, and here's where it even gets crazier. 1 year inflation moved from, get this, 3.3% to 4.3%.
Wow.
I'm staring at it thinking maybe I picked it off wrong off the wires, but 4.3, that would be the highest surveyed inflation on the 1 year front in this report going back to November of 23. And if you look at the 5 to 10 year inflation,
Holy
it came
shit.
in roughly as expected.
That's
1/10 hotter
crazy.
instead of 3.2,
Michigan,
where we've been
they
spending
just
some time,
fucked
moved
us.
up to 3.3. To find a higher number, you're going all the way back to June of 08,
Wow.
it was 3.4. We've basically gone from 3.2 to 3.4 with regard to history. Now, very quickly, these final on inventories wholesale remains at down 0.5, down 0.5%. And on the trade sales, this is a fresh December number, 1%. 1%'s pretty strong. We haven't had a
Holy
wholesale
crap,
inventory
dude.
up at that level since July of 24. But you watch interest rates here and pay particularly
Google's
close
dying.
attention to 4.5% on that 10-year, especially on a closing yield basis. Sarah, back to you.
That's not a good pairing, Rick. Lower confidence and significantly higher inflation expectations.
Holy
Yeah, definitely not what
shit.
we were looking for. And my guess is that should put some extra steepness in the yield curve at some point here, and that's what I'd pay closest attention to.
Okay, thank
That's
you, Rick
crazy.
Santelli.
Inflation
Watching
came
the
in
market here,
way
S&P
higher from the Michigan
dipping
estimate.
negative. We're about
like,
30 minutes
it's a
into the
big deal to be
trading
off by
session. Here are three big movers
0.2%.
we're
That's a
watching.
big
Amazon
deal.
is
They
under
were off by
pressure. The
like
company
they
giving
were
a
expecting
disappointing
3.3.
forecast,
It came in at
expecting revenue growth
4.3.
between 5 and 9% in the first quarter,
Dude,
which would be the
that's
weakest
what they
growth
reacted to.
on record. But Q4 revenue did overtake Walmart.
That's crazy. And that was also paired with lower confidence. So confidence dropped and inflation. Dude, they just murdered it. Holy, that's good for the market. The fuck it is. Who taught you how to read the market, Chris? That's good for the market. Lower confidence and higher inflation, and you're saying that's good for the market? I don't think you know what you're talking about. And the market agrees that you have no idea what you're talking about. Good for the market to have lower confidence and higher inflation? Who is your drug dealer, brother? And give me his number because you are in something good. Oh, good for the market. Yeah, make sure I never ask you for trading advice. Good for the market. Oh, man. All right. Is this the bottom, though? We're seeing this is an extreme overreaction. I wonder if I could catch some bounce back up. I'm watching this. Mag 7, a little bit of life. NASDAQ, a little bit of life. S&P 500, a little bit of life. Ah, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. Is this the dip to be bought? Like, did people... I see why they reacted this way, but then it's the question of, did they overreact? Did they overreact? I mean, even right here, this little bounce, the SPY's already getting crushed. The NASDAQ getting crushed. Mag 7 getting crushed. The 5 minutes now bearish. The 10 minutes going to be bearish in 2.5 minutes. The 30 minutes going to be bearish in 22 minutes. 5 minute is bearish. 10 minutes going to be bearish. 30 minutes going to be bearish. 4 hours holding on both. We are now, unfortunately, in that drunken range, like the indecisive range. Remember, I called out 80 to 50. We hit the first target. that we discussed this morning. Great. That was target one. This is why it's important to pay attention to those targets. We got the downside gap fill, and now we are in this 30-point region where it's very indecisive. In this region, I would not be bullish or bearish, really. This is that indecisive region. If we break this neutral region, then you have bearish target one, bearish target two. Obviously, if we recapture, well, then you have the upside gap fill and also back to bullish target number one. Wow. What a reaction. That messed up my positions by a lot. I am so incredibly happy I got out of that. This is exactly why I had that stop. Exactly why I had that stop. Because, dude, if I was caught up in that, I'd be down thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per account right now. I mean, hell, where did I get out? I got out all the way up here. Dude, imagine if I had to hold through all of this. That's the perfect situation for someone with my disposition, just to go on tilt and get pissed off and chase it to the downside, chase it to the upside. I am so happy I had that stop. I got out at 922. I would have been having to hold it down 2 extra points. That would have been 4K per account on top of it. Each account would have been down 3K. This is the power of having the appropriate stop. Dude. Oh, man. That's crazy. Do you think we return to the scene of the crime? We're past the scene of the crime. We're past it. I'm looking to see if options are going to pick up. I just want to know if buyers are going to say, no, this dip is sick, or are they just going to keep getting out? Patience. You could see the options market just kind of shocked, and we sold hard, sold a little bit more, and since 10:04, we're kind of flat. Maybe the NASDAQ dips being bought. That was crazy. Absolutely off by a whole. I don't think I ever have seen the Michigan numbers off by an entire. That is disgusting. Google got murdered in that. Bitcoin, how's the dollar? The dollar, how's vol? Vol popped hard. It's giving a little bit of it back now, but Jesus. Wow. That was a crazy reaction. Crazy. Now it's the fun game of, is this dip to be bought or is this a dead cat bounce? Which is always easier to tell in hindsight. Yeah, I'm seeing options are still getting beat up right now. The delta's almost at the low of the day. SpotGam is calling out this as being the implied one-day move low at 60.51, which is 10 points below. It's the bottom of this range, which maybe will serve as support. Yeah, so that closed bearish. The 30 minutes bearish. Bearish. This is gonna be bearish. Jeez. What is the smart move? Maybe the smart move is to do nothing and just let this news settle a little bit more. Dude, I cannot get over how lucky I was to get out of that position before, and how lucky I was to lock in this money before. That was incredible. VIX is picking back up. I'm seeing Nvidia take a hit. Wow. All right. I'm taking a stab at it.
Submitted.
I just went short. The reason I'm going short is I'm seeing vol pick up. I'm seeing Nvidia take a hit. I'm seeing the Mag 7 die. I'm seeing the NASDAQ die. I'm seeing the S&P 500 die. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute are now bearish. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute are now bearish. I believe I am on the proper side currently of price and of options flow. And that's why I took this position. I just need to do the right thing and protect myself. And look at that. I'm already back to break even on the day. Already back to break even on the day there, Tonto. Already back to break even. Is it going to bounce viciously? I went from 40 to 700. Man, when you go up 40 points, it feels silly to actually risk any money. Oh, it feels really silly to risk any money when you already go up 40 points that quickly. How big is this reversion going to be? I'm watching options as closely as I can. All right, I can't risk any more money. I got to be smart. Okay. I have a lottery ticket, folks. I am not risking money. Yes, I took a loss already on the day at 680, but it puked. I was worried about how big the bounce back up was going to be. Seems to be a small bounce, made a new fresh low. I just moved my stop. If it comes for me, it comes for me. That's fucking life. Okay. Like it just is, but I need to protect myself, especially because my first one's already lost. And look now it's working for me. I'm just going to keep following it. I'm sticking to my plan. Like I said, at the start of the day, yes, I leaned bullish. We interpreted the new news. I looked at the price action. I looked at the options flow, and I said, okay, now it looks like things are going a bit more bearish. So we're going to see how it goes. All I can tell you, I don't know if this one's going to work or not. All I can tell you is I'm taking on no risk. My stop is break even. And part of me actually wants to just get out right now because I'm green on the day. So I could end the day fully green here and just have a nice Friday and not have to deal with this bullshit. I'm going to give it a second. I keep coming back to the options world. SPY dumped again. Well, here, I'll show you the 30 second. I'll show you the 30 second. I'll show you the 30 second. We're just getting hit. We're getting hit. So vol is picking up. We're right at that low value from yesterday on the Qs. That is support. Ooh, do I just want to cut this now? Because it will eat quite a bit into my losses on the day and bring me back to almost par. I didn't realize that the Qs were right at the low from yesterday. Do I want to get out a little bit early, or do I want to let this lottery ticket play? Well, at this point, we're going to let the lottery ticket play. Is it coming for me? Maybe yes, maybe no. We're about to find out. Feels like it's coming for me. What's the options flow look like? What's the options flow? Man, this is such a dramatic day. Is it going to get me? Oh, it's coming for me. The Grim Reaper's coming. Break even Billy's coming for me. Break even Billy. He's hunting me. Come on. If we can snap this 700 key technical level, key psychological level, there might be a legit puke here as we are coming up once again, watching the low from yesterday. The SPY has more distance to go to get to the low from yesterday, but I do want to remind you, we're still in this range. If we snap 50, which will most likely be support, I think there's an easy play to 35, but just be careful we're not bouncing off that support. Break even Billy did not hit me yet. Knock on wood, but I'm almost back to where I need to be. That's not my true profit target. If it hits it, that'll be sick. That's just my max profit target, to clarify. If we turn beforehand, what I want is for us to snap 96 so I can move my stop to this recent high and guarantee myself some points. That's what I'm really looking to do here. What a fucking day we have going, folks. What a day we have going. I think we might be making a trip back down. this chart ever since that Michigan report. This is shocking everyone. The NASDAQ not looking the best. Mag 7. Here, let me go to let's get real granular. I know I'm bouncing back and forth, and I think I'm just like partially nervous about what the fuck's going on. Yeah, the NASDAQ's getting faded again. S&P 500 is getting faded again. Bouncing off of 700, but let's give this a shot. Let's see what's actually going on here. Come on. Which way are we going? Oh, are we putting in this higher low? We might have put in a higher low. It's a difficult trade. Okay. It just tagged me out. You got to be safe. It's a break-even trade. That's life. That's life. Of course, it's like frustrating, but that's when you're a trend-following trader, it's gonna happen to you a lot. If what just happened makes you uncomfortable, and you're like, dude, I can't trade like that. I have worries that you're not going to be able to make it, because that's what you have to do. You're swinging for a move, and sometimes the move just doesn't happen, but you have to protect yourself. The beauty of that is I took a chance that cost me nothing. That's what's the beautiful advantage of going in and then aggressively moving the stop to break even, is inherently I took a stab at it with really no risk. With no risk, I was able to say, okay, are we going to puke or not? Obviously, the market didn't do it. I am seeing some funkiness right here. We started to see a little bit of a bounce in the S&P 500. We're seeing a little bit of a bounce in the NASDAQ. And guess what? If it can, the Mag 7's still getting hit though. If it turns back around, like what's nice is now it allows me to see the market in a little bit more of a clear manner. I don't care what anyone says. When you're in a position, it definitely makes you biased to seeing things that way. It really, really does. So right here, I got out for break even. And guess what? If I held, I would be in the red right now. But if it starts to break down, it gives me the clarity and the ability to go short if it breaks, and I think it's going to keep going. But if this really is the start of a reversal, which I don't know, the options market hasn't really made its mind up on that. The SPY's trying to bounce, the NASDAQ maybe is trying to bounce, but the Mag 7 just hit a fresh low. So it's indecisive. So I get to play it whatever way I want. If I see actual strength, I could play it back up, which is awesome. But if this is a fake out, I don't have to take the smoke, the sweat of whatever that returning bounce is. And if it starts to go down, okay, yeah, I could get back in. So break even Billy came for me. That's all right. Sometimes when you go fishing, when you cast at that lure, you're not going to catch what you want to catch. And that's completely okay. That is life. And right here, yeah, there is that argument of like, well, now you'd be green. Yeah, but I didn't know how high that was going to go. And with futures, you could trade as much as you want. So it doesn't matter. I could get in. I could protect myself. I think we can actually see more, dude. This tick date is getting nuts. What in the world do we have? All right, so this is how high we bounced. Almost got that trend line breakout. This is the major price structure I'll be watching right now to see if it can keep saving itself here. It tried to get this trend line breakout. There was an attempt at this reversal. It got smacked pretty quickly. My major concern is options. And then also we could check out GEXPOT. We are at the bottom of support. I mean, if we don't hold this, we might be shooting right down to 60.50. What a freaking day we have. What a day we have going for us. Mag 7 looking bad. NASDAQ picking up a little bit. The SPY tried to get going, but it's looking weak. I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that like at any second here, there might just be a huge rip or a huge dip. So I'm trying to prep up for that. I'm trying to be on my toes. I'm trying to follow these potential breakdowns and breakouts. I took a second stab at it that ended up being a perfect break-even trade. Actually, I made a little bit of money. I was in at $39.50. I went short, and it got me out at $38.50. So I made $20. Winning trade. Winning trade. Winning trade. Part of me wants to try to take this long just because I see the higher highs and higher lows. Feels like it might be somewhat of an easy play up to 800, but I'm hesitant about going long when we're this far below VWAP. I'm hesitant about going long when the options market is this incredibly beat up. It seems like it's attempting to catch a falling knife. So maybe I go long later on, but I would much prefer that it was like a sizable recovery. I don't need to be the guy, the golden child, picking the exact bottom of the day where this could easily just keep vomiting. So I'm just going to wait. Not really going to rush anything. Fortunately, one trade was a loss. One trade was a baby win, basically break even. Super manageable. I don't need that much of a movement to not only go break even, to go green on the day. So you could just sit there and be patient. Patient. It's all about risk management. All about your risk management. The VIX is coming down a little bit. NVIDIA bounced from 128 to 129 after getting smacked at 130. Interesting recovery could be right here. Basically 528 on the Qs. And then if you're watching the SPY, that would be just below 606. That would be an interesting recovery. We're seeing a little bit of life right here. Little bit of life. Right where I got out of my short was also inherently a buy signal. Like I said, I didn't want to play it just because I personally feel uneasy when the 5-minute and 10-minute are bearish and the 30-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute bearish. I find that I quote unquote don't get lucky, if you will, when I'm trading on the other side of the EMAs. If we're below it, I like to be bearish. If we're above it, I like to be bullish. So I really, like I said, I could have taken that because for me to get out of a short, inherently that was a buy signal. But I chose to not take it because I like to see where we're going with flow. And the flow was not that impressive to me. Maybe we're seeing some dip signs, but if we do, that's cool because I could still just wait. I could wait for the rip up to VWAP, the test, the rejection, the base higher, and I'll get a fill up here, but I could just be more confident about it. Granted, from a fill standpoint, it's a worse fill, but for me to, that's the trade-off is I'll get a worse fill, but I can have higher confidence in what I'm doing. So I'm still a little bit nervous. It hasn't taken out any of these highs. I'm watching 21,000, really 800. Is it going to get above this zone? Because we see this peak, and it seems to be climbing back up to it, but it's not guaranteed. We could easily go there. We can undershoot it. We could overshoot it. And if we just see options puking, we're still in that danger zone. So I haven't seen enough of a recovery for me to be back on the bull side for an intraday trade. And I do want to clarify, we're still in this neutral zone between 60.50 and 60.80. This is a very indecisive zone. We hit my first bullish target. The report came out. We puked right into it. And guess what? As we've gotten in this neutral zone, we've done exactly what you do in choppy neutral zones. We've done nothing. So you just gotta wait. And if I do see it get hit, if I see things turn, which I'm kind of seeing them turn potentially right here, more than happy to play this potential dead cat bounce that we've seen from 1021 to 1024. We puked, we settled, we puked again. We're trying to recover. And now I'm seeing some weakness. Now we're seeing a bit of weakness. How much is there really though? One evident thing you could do is watch this upsloping trend line to see how that behaves. Watch that upsloping trend line. If we start to break that, that could be a little short-term trend reversal. I also have volatility up on the screen. If you see vol popping back up to 1560 to 1570, probably not boding so well for this trend line if that occurs. You got a reversionary bounce here in NVIDIA. Dude, look how much. The SPY puked from 608 down to 604 in 10 minutes? Gave up 4 points in 10 minutes. Could you explain the importance of the University of Michigan report? Yeah, it's an inflation report. In the same vein as CPI, PCE, it's an inflation report. And when you have a respected entity saying that, we think inflation is going to go a whole percentage point higher. Folks, when it comes to the game of estimating percentage, generally you're spot on. Most of the time you're within 0.1%. It's kind of a big deal to be off by 0.2%. They were off by an entire percent. An entire percent. To be off by that much, it is a big, big deal. And they were off in the wrong direction. They were calling for hotter than expected. Right now, Options are flat. From 1014, we see a slight uptick in the NASDAQ. Same thing right here, 1014 in the S&P 500. So the two major indices, overall market and tech, but Mag 7, the big boys of the tech and really of the overall market, they're not showing much life right now, which is not making this recovery bounce the most stable. But VIX is dying. So that's actually is helping the recovery bounce. So we might be seeing a little miniature Vanna squeeze. If a lot of people YOLO'd into puts, that forces the market makers to hedge by going short. That's if you are selling a bunch of puts, if a bunch of people are buying puts off of you. So if people bought puts, which we know that they bought puts because you could see that here with the blue line dropping dramatically. So that means a lot of people bought puts, which means market makers wrote a lot of puts. When you write a lot of puts, the way to hedge that situation, to hedge your book, you have to short the underlying. Okay. So now that they're short a lot to hedge their books, what happens when the puts get closed out? What happens when the market starts to recover? Well, with that, vol collapses. And when vol collapses, that means that they don't have to hedge as much. Even if the price is at the same level, when vol collapses, they don't have to hedge as much. So you buy back some of your shorts. And then if price actually starts to go up and all of the things that were in the money go out of the money, well, then you have to hedge even left. So all of a sudden you have the market maker who quickly went net short to like easing up on that to the point where they actually might start going long. And then that's where you see what's referred to as a Vanna rally. So not a gamma, I'm saying Vanna with a V. So Vanna rallies are very unique things. They do happen, but they're unique because it really only happens when you see a lot of people YOLOing into puts and a quick expansion of volatility. Those are the ingredients you need for a Vanna rally like recipe. But for that to actually come to fruition, you need to see those puts close out and you need to see vol collapse. So that's kind of what I'm watching. Not just watching the delta, but I'm specifically watching to see how many puts get closed out. Because if you see the puts close out and you see vol die, that's everything you need for a Vanna rally. So we could actually legitimately see a push all the way back up, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon because we are going back down. Interesting. The Mag 7 just puked. The NASDAQ just puked. The S&P 500 just puked. If this doesn't quickly recover, I'm going to go short. I like a 25 fill, right about where my cursor is. I'm going to leave these trend lines on just to see if they hold, just to see if they prove to be important. But if they get snapped, I'll be removing the light blue trend lines. But yeah, we literally just saw the delta get hit. Will it recover? Is it a fake out or was this a dead cat bounce? Either this is a dead cat bounce or this is a higher low. One of those is going to be true. And most likely, if you're on the right side of it, it's going to be setting up a nice trade. If this is just a higher low, great. You're getting a better fill. You could probably ride it all the way back up to VWAP. If this is a dead cat bounce and we start to snap here, we'll probably puke to the intraday low. And then most likely we'll have more than that because as you can see, all the filters are definitely turning bearish. Bearish. I haven't hopped in yet because I'm looking for a little bit more confirmation. You could see, vol spiked here, but not by much. Could just be a dirty fake out to trap more shorts, but we're going to see. I'm just watching this to see if we puke. I'm closely watching the options flow, doing my best to decipher which way the big money boys are going to be pushing this. Oh, I hope this all goes well and I don't go on tilt because I would like whatever I'm about to do to be my last trade of the day. So yes, we are still going to do the Payday Friday. I haven't forgotten about it. You still have time to enter. We'll be picking in real time a person off of Rumble, in real time a person off of YouTube, and obviously 3 people off of Locals. So right now, pinned at the top of chat, you can enter on Locals. We'll do the real time stuff in a second, but I also need to consider my own accounts and wonder if this is the trade opportunity that I need to take advantage of. Is this the trade opportunity? The NASDAQ is getting hit. SPY is potentially getting hit. Is it going to save itself? It's like right there. It's like right, like what's it going to do? It is right there. It is right there. What's it, dude? It's flirting with disaster. Flirting with disaster. All right. We're seeing the sell-off stop here. We're seeing a little bit of a bounce. We're seeing more of a bounce in price, but dude, look at options right into that. Options smacked it right into this bounce. Options use that to drop the delta even more. We're coming up to a pivotal point on the day. Is there more selling aggression right here or more buying aggression? Who is the stronger party today? Who is the stronger party today?
Order submitted.
All right, we're in. The reason I did it right there was because I looked over and I saw this and I was like, okay, is this going to lead? And of course it led to actually a little bit of a bounce, but I thought I saw this failed bounce. I was like, okay, because I'm on the 5 seconds. I was like, oh, red. I thought that could have led to like some sort of dagger candle situation. Instead it led to a bounce. So fuck. I thought I saw the start of a tilt. It puked a little, bounced a little, super indecisive. Watching this delta closely. I'm actually watching the delta more closely than the price itself. So I just saw volume pop. What's happening? So calls are being closed, but also simultaneously puts are being closed. So we're seeing the closing of positions. The deltas are almost coming in on each other. That's strange. So the SPY and the Qs, they did break this trend line. So I think it's like a legitimate trade. Once again, with any trade, you still just have to respect your risk. I'm kind of just watching this high at 1028, So we broke the trend line. We might be putting in a weird higher low. Really what I got excited about, now people are buying calls. I went short right here when I saw this potential breakdown. And then of course now it's like smashing it back in my face. Well, obviously, I don't want to take on that much risk. So we're not going to be risking that. That would be silly. All right, this is quickly going against me. Very rapidly going against me. Options just took a hit, but not enough. But right here, this pop, people are using it to get out. See? They bought calls, quickly sold them. So maybe there's new call buyers and then people holding calls said, oh, pop, time to get out. But what's weird is as calls, like they're trying to do their thing, puts are slowly still being closed. Like the put line is a slow grind to the upside, as in that negative delta slowly but surely being removed from the system. Vol doesn't know what it wants to do. Vol's actually kind of looking weak ever since this craziness. Do I just need to cut this now? I tried to take a stab at it when I saw it, but then we just had those call buyers step in. Once again, I think it was a good trade. I don't mind it because I feel like I'm on the right side. Once again, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bearish, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bearish. I don't mind that at all, really.
Order canceled.
Oh, shit. It just knocked me out. Okay. I guess my stop was hit, and I guess that's why you have a stop. Calls are being heavily bought now. What in the world is going on today? All right. You could see it pretty right there. Mine got out. Oh, 800 flat. Damn, that locked in 2K for me. Shit. All right. We got to be smart here. I basically have one more bullet in the chamber. Can't do anything stupid. Too stupid, that is. So, I mean, there is a clear uptrend here, but even that, look out. See how it popped? Delta popped, gave some back. Delta popped, gave some back. 35-point push. 35-point push. Struggling at 800. Watching this high from 1008 on both of them. The SPY's trying to recapture the trend line, but is there going to be that follow through? 5 minutes still bearish, 10 minute, 30 minute. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute. All right. I'm just doing my own sanity checks here. We're not out of that drunken range. The drunken range is all the way up to 680. Very uncertain, indecisive within this 30-point range. We're just kind of course, just enough to knock me out, and then it fades back down anyway. That's trading, folks. That is without a doubt trading. Without a doubt. 15 seconds getting faded. So obviously we got crushed until about 10:13, which is the intraday low. Since then, we are putting in higher highs and higher lows. It'd be more interesting if we could take out this 10:08 high. Dude, seriously, just enough to get me out. Like literally to the dot. And then it's puking down anyway. Well, that teaches you something about trading, doesn't it? Literally to the exact cent. If I had my stop 1 point higher, 1 point higher, you can only laugh about it. You can only laugh about it. So the S&P 500 is out. It's trying to pick up. It's not some crazy recovery from the delta damage that was done at 10 from that report, but it's going up. I mean, of course it could turn at any moment. We're seeing right here. Wow. Huh. Even the Mag 7's not at its low anymore. It's still, granted, obviously a trend down, but I mean, trend, I suppose, can be defined from the moment that you want to start measuring. So from about, what is this, 933 to about 914, clearly we were trending down on the Mag 7. Popped a little bit. Or that's on the NASDAQ. Mag 7's a bit worse. Clear trend down since 950 until maybe about 935. We're trying to bounce off of that. And if you look at the S&P 500 trending down from 954 to 1014, but now attempting to show a little bit of life. Where's vol at? VIX is still kind of getting hit and trending down. So remember, that's the potential recipe for a Vanna rally. A Vanna rally. Huh. I'm trying to not, like I said, I have about one more bullet in the chamber for today. I don't want to let myself get, dude, Nvidia's recovering like it doesn't even care. Broadcom got hit. Tesla got hit. Palantir does not care either. Meta's trying to recover. So Palantir looks the most impressive. Nvidia is having a good recovery. Meta is maybe trying to recover, but Palantir didn't even get the news that the market got rocked, like at all. It's like, what's going on? Tesla, of course, got rocked on that, especially after the earnings. RUM still green on the day. I like to see that. Coin, decent recovery. Market just needs to decide what it wants to do. I guess we could redraw some of these trend lines. Redraw some of these trend lines. I guess we're just in like a larger consolidation now. That might be the play. Kind of watching that on the SPY and on the Qs. I'm going to get a legit short signal if this snaps 52. Just to throw that out there. We're at 764. My short signal would be right around 50, 750. I don't know if I have the balls to play this, though. I've already gotten so beat up today. I guess the risk isn't the most. The risk would be right around. Oh, do I have the balls to play this? Do I have... I always get a little bit nervous when I know it's basically going to be my last trade. So I really want to make it count. I really want to make it count if it's going to be my last trade. Nasdaq showing a little bit of strength, but the SPY is taking a hit. So the SPY is going. Here's what the Nasdaq. I'm on the 5-second chart, so we're really zoomed in here. See how the SPY is starting to dump? All right. I'm following the signal. All I could do, what's the point of having a system if you're not going to trade on the system? I'm nervous just because of how things have already broken my way. Out of 2 of the trades, I'm really happy with them. My most recent trade, I think I was forcing it a little bit. But this one, the system's the system. That's all I could do. I got to just follow it. I got to stick to it. And maybe it pays me. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know what to tell you. I just got in and basically bottom ticked it. So that's unfortunate. But that's like, I guess I try to self-talk and remind myself that's why you have a system, is so you don't have to question your nerves. Like, it sucks if you're nervous, this, that, or the other thing. But I'm just trading. That's why you have the system. What's the point of building out a system, doing the back checking or the back testing, the variance testing, the robustness testing, the Monte Carlo testing?
Order submitted.
You're doing all of that.
Order filled.
So in the times that you have to make these decisions, you don't have to be like, yo, am I being nervous? Am I forcing something, this, that, or the other thing? I have a system. I know the system. I know in the long term, if I size things accordingly when taking the system's trade, that it is net profitable. Is this individual trade going to be profitable? I have no idea. I very much hope it is, because I'm pretty much at my max loss on the day of 2K. So I'd prefer that this individual trade eats away a quarter of the loss, half of the loss, 3/4 of the loss. Maybe I'll get really lucky and it can eat away the full loss. But that, folks, that's why you have a system when trading. That's exactly why you have a mechanical system that tells you when to get in. It tells you when to get out. So if you're sitting there like nervous, it's like the guide of the situation. So all I can tell you is I'm sitting here. My system fired. Granted, I got a little bit of a poor entry, as I alluded to. My system was going to tell me at 50. As you can see, I got to fill at 44. So I'm off by a little bit, but 6 points. 6 points is not going to be like the make all, break all for today. It's either going to swing all the way back up and knock me out, which would suck ass, especially on a day like today when I'm already getting beat up. But I'm thinking I should be fine because I'm seeing this just vomit. Is the data not? Oh, it's not loading. I'm getting weird load times with this. I was going to say I saw a puke and it's already recovering. And it's already recovering. Damn, it's just like every single time I see that weakness, like that's kind of what I use as my more of my subjective measure. I'm like, okay, I see weakness in options, and then I have the system. And so when everything's aligning, when my system is telling me go short and I see weakness in options, I think, okay, like my odds are even higher. So it's more frustrating when so many things align, and then still like right away there's just that bounce. But we'll see. We'll see. It's currently trading at 69, 68. I'm short at 44, technically 43.75. It is going against me, which sucks. But I also have things in control. If I get busted up today, so be it. I'm hoping that I don't get so incredibly busted up. I'm really hoping the market gods just shine upon me. And dude, what is happening here? What in the world is going on? I just see these pukes, and then they're just so quickly being purchased. It's just like I can't catch that flush. Or at least I'm not willing to take on so much risk that I just like stand through these like giant ranges we have. But maybe I do need to spread things out a little bit more because like the ATR is so like, it's just so expansive. But look I try to play the trend line breakdown again. Like it's all these fake out breakdowns, and then you redraw it and it's just is bouncing right off of it. Coin VIX popped a little bit, already faded. How's Nvidia doing? Nvidia is holding. Look at that bounce, just so aggressive. All right, let me go to this. Let me go to the 1 minute. Let me throw up a super trend so I could see. Nope, even the super trend's now against me. Son of a gun, dude. I feel like I legitimately had good reason for all my entries today and even my risk management. I would say the one piece of risk management that I had just got unlucky. I literally top ticked it, but that's luck. You can't fucking cry over that. So like I did have that short that had I had my risk in 1 point higher, I would still be in it and I wouldn't have had that locked in loss. And then basically I just had to re-enter at the same level. So it was like costly to me. But also you don't know. That's such hindsight bias, this idea of like, oh, I just got ticked out, because what if it just kept ripping? Like, so I don't like that. We all fall into that, myself included, but I think it's illogical. I think it's a trading fallacy of this, like, oh, I just got wicked out. Because what about all those times that you have the stop and it just keeps going that way and you're like, yeah, no, good thing I got out. So I don't mind it. I feel like there's times like this where it's just getting hit. Well, even this, the puke, it's looking good. And then like, it's just these strong recoveries that if you zoom out, it's not even that much of a recovery. But when you're trading futures and you're trading with size, it financially feels like a lot, because financially it is a lot. So the littlest moves aren't that little, even though when you look at it in the grand scheme of the day, it is definitely seemingly large. I would love to, for this final one right here, I really, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, if I'm completely being honest with myself, it's going against me right now. It's actually very close to hitting my stop. And this should be my last trade. I'm just getting so chopped up, just chopped up. Oh, it's so brutal. So brutal. If it basically breaks, I'm screwed. If it breaks to the upside, which it's showing some strength down here. I'm also seeing vol fall, but we're like, that's what I hate, is like, this could break and then quickly get smacked because the SPY's not actually breaking out. So like, am I just going to get chopped again? I guess seeing how my luck's gone today, I had 2 good trades. I had 1 unlucky trade, and just that slowly compounds. I really don't dislike the trades. It's just 2 were good. 1 was unlucky. And now I'm in this one attempting to try to make it back. And this is not going the way I want it to. In fact, I basically bottom ticked it right here, right on this potential break. There's just so many fake outs. Like all this. Wait, what are we doing here? The NASDAQ. Oh, so the MAG, see right here. I go short and then magically the MAG 7's picking up. In fact, like aggressively up, and the SPY's picking up. Dude, I wonder if I should just cut this right now. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to cut this and it's going to shoot right up to VWAP, get smacked there, and I would have been fine anyway. But I can't focus on that. That's how it seemingly goes, but you have your stop for a good reason. I'm watching this. I'm going to stick exactly to what the math tells me to do and try to not go on tilt in this situation. Attempt to not go on tilt in this situation. Man, where were these buyers before? Where in the world? Look at the Mag 7 starting at around 1050. People are like, oh, it's like almost like the bulls forgot that we were trading today and they woke up right here. The Mag 7 out of nowhere just finally showing some life. They're like, oh yeah, no, we forgot. The market's open. It's time for us to like actually do something today. Holy shit. What is this market? Someone explain what the fuck is going on. That just almost went for my stop. Massive vomit in my favor to the point that I'm almost now break even on the day. What is this market, people? I'm going fucking Looney Tunes crazy today. What is this? What is this market? Someone explain to me what the fuck is going on. How did I just make $40,000?
Order filled. Order canceled.
The market God shine upon me. 40K, locked in, read it and weep. I don't know. I just can't. It just always works for me. It just, I don't know, dude. Here we are. Here we are, another day where the haters, they just don't get a second to breathe, is all I'm saying. They just don't. You saw it all. You saw every single one. You saw every single one. We don't give them 1 second to get out, man. The haters, like after 2.5 months of trading, finally, like, dude, we're going to have that day to call out Kohrs. We're finally going to get that day to call out Kohrs. And no matter what, they just get smashed. They just get absolutely smashed. I'm feeling for him. I'm feeling for him. Oh, man. I am the captain of this ship. Well, now I'm obviously down. Dude, when you make 40K off just some huge... Look at this. I was complaining about options going up and it just puked on everyone. Like, just dumped on the entire fucking market. Nah, dude. Vol just crushed out of nowhere. This is insanity. This is unsafe, kids. Oh, look at that. Anyone curious about how I called out the perfect dip level? Anyone in chat shocked that before the market opened, I said, hey, this is your support? Anyone sitting there will be like, wow, maybe he does. Rewind. I don't care. Fact check me. Fact check me on this one. Before the market opened, I told you, let me go to the 3 minute so you can see. Profit target 1 for the bulls, profit target 1 for the bears. Everywhere in this zone is just chop suey. We hit profit target, reacted there, all done before the market opened. This was nothing intraday where I said a couple. Literally before the market opened, we reacted there. Fucking Houdini, dude. Put a goddamn scar on my head and call me Harry Pothead because I'm catching that golden snitch. Like, what else do you guys need me to do? Dude, Hermione ain't got shit on me. She can Leviosa, but I'm going to be packing these fucking tendies. Easy. Fucking easy. What song should... Oh, I don't know if you guys are just joining right now, but remember, we are releasing music every single minute on the channel. So if you want to go to it, if you go to my channel, scroll to the bottom, you're going to see Matt Kohrs, which I think a video just came out there, and then Tendies and Tunes. So the Matt Kohrs channel, that's where I do more of my evergreen content, and a video is going to be coming out there at some point. I think I forgot to title it, so my producer's probably yelling at me. Yo, producer, if you're listening to this, could you just add a title? I trust you, and just set that video live for everyone if they want to check it out. And we could always switch the title up later. But I'm thinking, what would, I'll let you guys name the title. What do you guys want the title of the $160,000 K profit to be? I'll let one of you guys think of a solid title. What are you thinking? You guys now have my financial future in your hands. Like the video is, I made 40K, I made 80K, I made 120K. Now the next one's 160K. What are you guys thinking? What's the title there? And you guys are just shouting numbers at a certain point. K-pop 421, excellent. Are there country songs? I think some. Harry Pothead and the Market's Stoned. We'll have to think about it. I guess you're gonna make my producer do harder work. He made you guys all of these songs, which are now out. Check them out. Videos, music. Look at all that music. Check it all out. You got classics such as Piper K, 100 Contracts Deep. You have Kohrs 42069, Crying in the Shower. Dude, these are all classics. You get Velvet Kohrs, Daddy Pal. You get Kohrs of Thunder, the Santa Rally. These are all well-known classics. Velvet Kohrs, the legend. Check him out. Check him out. All this music's up. We're going to keep adding to it. We'll keep adding. Pump Friends, Big Chasers Anonymous, Pump Friends, Bag Holders Anthem. It's a version 2. You have Hopium Dreams. Jesus. The fun never ends. The fun never ends. All right. Where are we? Piper Kohrs, Poor Little Fools. Mississippi Gamblers, Limit Up, Never Down. This is a good one. I really like this one.
I wake up rich while you're still dreaming. Eyes on the screen, got the tape still screaming. Flipping these charts like I'm stacking a deck. Trade with conviction, no time for regrets. I hedge my bets, you hedge excuses. Blaming the market, but you make the losses. Burning accounts like a match to the wick. Call it bad luck, but you're just bad at this. Fool's gold, diamond hands, paper chase, broken plans. You're still trying to time the top while I'm moving with the trend. Talking big, calling plays, but you're slow to pull the blade. I don't wait, I don't flinch, I just execute and win. Live it up, never down. We'll stack it up while they cashing out. Take the risk, make the calls. You hold too long, you lose it all. Trend don't bend, I don't break. They trade on vibes, I move with faith. Live it up, never down. They fold the hand, we run the town. I hit the tape, see the purse move early. You're chasing highs, I'm already sturdy. You trust the news, I trust the math. You're scalping crumbs, I'm building stacks. I flip these apex plays like switches. Move so clean, got the broker suspicious. Trading in ranges, you're stuck in a cage. Putting up numbers, they reading my page. Fool's gold, diamond hands, paper chase, broken plans. You still trying to time the top while I'm moving with the trend. Talking big, calling plays, but you're slow to pull the blade. I don't wait, I don't flinch, I just execute and win. Live it up, never down. We stack it up while they cashing out. Take the risk, make the calls. You hold too long, you lose it all. Trend don't bend, I don't break. They trade on vibes, I move with faith. Live it up, never down. They fold the hand, we run the town.
Go, go, go. Guess. It's live. It's live. It's live.
That's why you can't replicate. Every move is calculated, every win's deliberate. never down. We stacking up while they cashing out. Take the risk, make the calls. You hold too long, you lose it all. Trains don't bend, I don't break.
How are you guys not getting this? Come on. The number's between 1 and 150, and there's already 400 guesses. Like, that doesn't make sense. Come on, guys. There we go. Christopher Prius. The answer was 51. Congratulations.
What's the next song? What's another classic we have on here? The O Brothers, Bag Secured. 15. Right here. 23. All right, we're going for the 23rd comment. Right after Chip Henson. The 23rd comment after Chip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Shav. Chavin? Ego? Well, it's you, buddy. Congratulations. 121 comments.
Screenshots, I'm counting my cash. They flex in a trade while I'm on to the next. They act like they pros.
All right, the numbers were 17, 52, and 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Binford. All right, this is 25. $50, 51, 52. Magnitude. We'll call you Mag. Magnitude is 52. And then the bottom of this page is 75 because each page is 25. So other Matt. All right, we have our competitors. We have Chris from YouTube, Shav from Rumble, Binford, Mag, and other Matt from Locals. This is getting murdered. Dude, it is getting killed. Vol is ripping. What the fuck? What? We get paid. Wow, dude, Vol is going. All right, if you're in the Discord, I'm cutting my spy and Q calls because it is simply not worth. Well, maybe I do wait till the end of the day. I'm going to wait till the end of the day because Vol's ripping, but what if it does get crushed? So I was about to cut my calls, but I'm going to give it a second, my swing calls. But right now for day trading, dude, this thing is getting beat up. It is getting beat to all heck. But I do want to call out, we're right at that support, which is why I'm not going to cut my calls right now because what if we just bounce right off of it? But we are at that key options level that I called out to so many of you. So we have our 5 competitors, which is awesome because we do have to do this race. So we have our competitor from YouTube, our competitor from Rumble, and our 3 competitors from Locals. And now we just got to get you guys into your race vehicle. which is taking its own sweet time to load. But I do want to let you know, right where we're bouncing, that is legitimate support. So if you see vol start to crush, if you see the market take 608 out, 605.39, 528, that might be an opportunity. Why? Oh, there we go. It finally loaded. Games, community, games, view games library. All right. We have our competitors. We have our racers. And folks, that music that you just listened to, it is all officially live. If you want some trade core music, it is there for your enjoyment. Race. First, we got to set up our competitors. All right. We have Chris from YouTube. We have Shaw from Rumble. We have Binford from Locals. We have Magnitude. And we have Other Matt. Those are our competitors. We did that. Race, we'll randomize it. We're doing bots. It looks like we are running on speed run. The record time is on 1:48, and actually the record just happened a couple days ago. All right, let's get rocking here. Let's get rocking. And actually, I lost my music channel. Vol's getting crushed now. Something to pay attention to. Vol's definitely getting crushed. All right. Where in the world did our new beautiful music go? I think we need some corn on the cob for this one. I can already feel it in my soul. What's going to bring this particular race to the next level is obviously a little corn on the cob. Folks, we have our 5 competitors. We have the red land of YouTube represented, the green land of Rumble represented, and the black land of Locals represented. We have 5 different competitors. The people selected off of Locals already won a Vanquish account. Congratulations to you guys. But the competition is not over, because not only do we have bragging rights on the line, but what you have before you at this very moment in time is $150 of cold hard cash. Now, to clarify, these are 5 of the fastest marble racers in the entire land. No doubt, no question, truly 5 of the fastest racers we've ever seen. But I want to clarify, this is prison rules. This is winner takes all. They're allowed to do literally whatever they want. No questions asked. They can, whoever is the first into the finish line, it is the winner. So be careful. A lot of the times there are unfortunate, very, very unfortunate casualties, but that's what you get for racing. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, because we are going in 3, 2, 1. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Who's going to take the first drop? All right. Is it going to be Chris, Binford, Mag, Other Matt? Who's going to drop first? Who's making the first move? It feels like it might be Chris. Let's track Chris going into this. Chris has an early lead representing YouTube. All right. Chris takes the first drop, followed by... Who's following him? No one. Chris, early lead. Other Matt is the second one to drop. Chris is leading this race pretty confidently. But what is that trail over there? Jesus. Chris missed the speed up. Chris missed the second speed up, opening up the opportunity for Other Matt to come. Other Matt is leading Binford, really leading the whole crew. Chris just got a really good start. Is he going to be able to maintain the lead? Come on. Other Matt, hot on his tail, but is it not enough? Is it a little too late? Chris taking on the track like a pro. Mag 7, couple different options, but all 4 of these competitors are very close together. Chris is a whole level ahead of them. This is Chris's race to lose, folks. Chris, dominant performance thus far. Dominant. I don't know what could stop him. I don't know. We haven't seen this kind of unless he can't drop. That's it. Will he be too slow on the drop? Chris, this is you, buddy. You gonna drop? You gonna drop, Chris? Dude. Oh my God. I mean, he didn't even blink. Look, these other players are seconds behind. So YouTube wins, followed by Rumble, followed by Locals, followed by Locals, followed by Locals. Chris, what a dominant performance. Like, from the get-go, from the absolute get-go, just dominating. Chris, if you are in chat, you need to respond to this. Chris. Wow, why do we have so many Chris's in here? Yo, Chris, we need your Twitter handle or Instagram handle or something. You gotta respond to Chaos so we can send you the money today. I just put it in chat. If you're looking, Chris, if you can hear me, I need you to help me out. I need you to help out the producer. We need you to respond. Comment your handle. Don't use the @ symbol, because if you use the @ symbol, it's going to disappear. Chris, we need you to respond, because if not, the winnings go to the second place person. And then if the second place person doesn't win, it goes to the third place person. Chris, if you can hear my sweet voice right now, everyone just tag Chris. Tag Chris. Chris, please respond. If not, well, actually, if you don't win, the money just goes to the next week. That's actually the fair way to do it. We can't give it to a person who didn't win. That would be somewhat immoral. So that's the rules. If Chris does not respond, we just double up the winnings next week. That's how it goes. That's the only fair thing to really do here. Very Chris. I don't know where Chris is. Chris. I mean, I know he has access to his keyboard because he was typing in the numbers to win. And there's no way he didn't watch the race. His own marble was in it. All right. Well, Chris, if we don't hear from you by the end of this particular stream, we will be doubling up. Chris, that's just how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. All right, where are we at? Don't forget, that was all done on Vanquish. Obviously, you guys saw my accounts today. Looking pretty good. No, I need to go into the web trader. Where's my web trader? Right here. Here's my, don't look at my password, please. But I locked in 3 trades early today on Vanquish. Right here, 3,000 locked in. The Payday Friday sponsored by them. If you were unfortunately not selected today, please understand they're running a fat deal. Goonie will get you not only 35% off, but also additionally 1 free reset. So make sure you use that code Goonie. Shout out obviously to Vanquish for sponsoring this. And I do want to know that beyond everything we're doing in here today, if you go to their Twitter page, you're going to see that they are running a large deal or a large giveaway right here. They're giving away $1.2 million in funded accounts at Vanquish Trader. It's free to enter. Either have an active Vanquish account or just follow Vanquish Trader, retweet, and like the post. So it's free to enter. You can get 2 entries. They're giving away 4 different $300,000 accounts for you guys to trade if you're interested. So this is a freebie for you if you want to try to enter that. That will be, it stops this Sunday at midnight. So February 9th at 11:59 Eastern is when the entry does stop. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. For right now, a sanity check. Let's go to the 5-second. Options are now flat after that puke. At this point, the fact that we came all the way down to support, I'm kind of looking for this to hold, if I'm being completely honest at this point. I mean, we saw a pretty brutal drop. I'll myself be looking for maybe a premium selling trade if we can revert above this trend line today. So I'll be watching that, but this is nice support. If 35 breaks and options are dumping, I'd be looking at 6,000 flat, but I do believe it's more likely that we revert back into this no man's land type of a situation. So I want to call that out to everyone of what I see in the overall market. The 5 minutes bearish, the 10 minutes bearish, the 30 minutes bearish, and even now the 4 hours potentially testing. So these are all major support levels. 5 minutes bearish, 10 minutes bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 4 hours once again testing at a key level. So this is kind of a make or break it point. This might legitimately be changing the overall trend. So because it's such a big deal, I do think it's more likely that we bounce or not than not. But if we are clearly not bouncing, guess who's going to be changing up their trades? Obviously, I'll just be flipping up things. So I have no issue of changing my bias if that's what the data suggests. But if I'm being real with all of you guys, I just feel incredibly lucky that I was able to lock in the $3,000 on Vanquish. And then you guys saw this one get crushed in real time, going down 2K to up 2K absolute amazing turning around. What a Friday. What an absolutely phenomenal Friday. Talk about TGIF, 40K locked in. Not a bad day. Not a bad day. Now, before I let you guys go, there's 2 things I need you guys to know about. Well, actually 3 things. So, first of all, if you want to get into the Discord, it's in the description. Your first month is free if you use that code Goonie. So that's important. But you can see it right here. View your channel. That's what I have to click. If you come to the Matt Kohrs Show channel, here's the homepage. Scroll to the bottom. There's 2 things you need to know. We have 2 new channels. The music that you're listening to that you guys love, it's here. It's free. Anyone can listen to it. Anyone can check it out, enjoy it, use it while you are trading. We hope you love it as much as we do. So that is all out there by popular demand. And then we also have this other channel where's this video? The new video should be coming out. We have a surprise new video. I don't see it being set live. My producer is telling me the new video. You told me there's a new video, but I'm not seeing it, buddy. So this will be coming up at some point today. We are trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 431 right now. So check this out. It can all easily be found at the bottom of this one right here. Extra content. You get the music and you get the evergreen financial trades if you guys need to know. We got it. We got it. He responded. My messages are not going in. I think I found it. I think I found him. 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 Is that Twitter or is that Instagram? I think I found Chris. Chris, is this you with the car, the fancy car? Are you the car man? I think he's the car man. So I think we tracked you down. Congratulations. I will be DMing you. So check for your DMs right after stream today, folks. What a crazy Friday. What an absolutely nutty Friday. So I hope you are doing well. I hope you are making a bunch of money. I hope you are on the right side of Lady Luck, similar to the way I was. I hope you murdered it. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope to see you back on Monday. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much for the good vibes. Thank you so much for the awesome week. I hope you have a great weekend. Love you all. Bye.